screen scandal. Opie and Anthony on satellite radio. Show's hosts Anthony Camilla and Greg Opie.
Commercial team.
Opie and Anthony apologizing for yet another raunchy
comment profanity-laced rap. Is this the last straw for these raunchy radio duos?
I have a raging heart on.
Let me tell you something about this radio show you listen to. We are really good.
Yeah, man, we hang out, we gonna be all wet. Yeah, man.
We know when we suck. We know when we're great. But we do like when you say how great we are.
Holy shit! Oh, my good golly!
Hey, look, we're broadcasting again.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Good morning.
Wow, good morning, everybody.
I'm calling it right now.
Yeah?
Snow Day!
Yeah! Snow Day!
You haven't done a Snow Day show yet, Anthony.
No.
Snow Day shows are the funnest Opie and Anthony shows that we could do.
The bestest ever.
The bestest ever, because guess what? It's a I don't give a fuck day on the Opie and Anthony show.
Exactly.
Snow Day!
Did we take roll call?
You want to take roll call?
Oh, and a roll call sound off now. Sam. Here. Travis.
Present.
Faggot.
Oh, shit.
I mean, Johnny Weir.
Oh.
I mean, what's your name again?
Oh.
What? Sean.
Sean the intern.
Sean the intern made it, and he doesn't even get paid to be here.
No.
Keep the roll call going, Anthony.
That's good. You know what the good thing is, though? He could walk right on top of the snow. He's so light and dainty that his feet don't even slip through the snow.
It's like ice skating.
For him, yes, it is like ice skating.
Like Johnny Weir.
Like Johnny Weir. Exactly. How about Danny?
He's down the hall. He just made it in, though, but he made it.
Yay. Butcher.
Butcher made it.
Yay.
E-Rock.
E-Rock.
Made it.
Yay. Steve Carlisi.
Hold on. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Now, yeah, the executive producer of the Opie and Anthony show had a real tough time getting in. For the rest of America, it's a goddamn mess in the tri-state area.
Yeah.
It is awful out there.
Yes.
I mean, it really is.
It is probably one of the worst winter storms we've seen in quite some time. And we just had like a winter storm, like a blizzard type winter storm, but it was, I don't know, it was kind of just like a lot of snow and it was kind of fun.
Sure.
This is wind,
nasty.
like sleet, snow,
Death,
destruction. I almost fell twice just walking here.
but I said that's because you're an old man, so you can't really.
And my intoxication.
Yeah.
No, I was walking, and it is so icy under the snow. It's not like you're walking on crunchy, nice snow.
It's horrendous.
The roads are slippery and icy.
Well, because it started as rain, then it went to heavy snow, which took down a lot of trees so far.
Yep.
A guy was killed in Central Park walking around yesterday afternoon. Then another tree fell on a city bus. It is just a disaster out there. We don't even have to be here. That's why it's Snow Day.
Not even supposed to be here today.
But
I'm not even supposed to be.
But Steve started emailing everybody at what? 4:30?
Steve Carlisi's day off again. Didn't we do that bit?
Yeah, we're gonna have to redo it, I guess.
Yeah.
Stupid Steve didn't make it in.
No, he sent me an email.
And wait till you hear what Kenny's replacement did to get in here today.
Because that story is nothing less than fucking, like, he should get the Congressional Medal of Honor. Here's Steve's subject matter line. Who is going to have problems / delays getting in? Mm-hmm. And he goes, and I'm stuck. Made it about 100 feet down the road. This sucks. And then Steve Carlisi.
He wrote that from his bed.
Yeah.
No.
100 feet down the road. It wasn't snowing where I was, but then 100 feet away, my goodness, a blizzard.
Yeah, no one goes 100 feet.
100 feet.
You either don't go at all or you go all the way, right?
Yes.
You don't just go 100 feet.
My Prius only went 100 feet and the battery died. I swear to you, I gave it my all. I gave it to try.
Yes, Sam.
Another roll call announcement.
Yes?
Love Buzz is here.
Love Buzz!
Interns that don't even get paid made it in.
Yes.
But Steve, the executive producer of the Opie and Anthony Show.
I made it 100 feet. Wait, I'm checking in. I've made it 110 feet. I'll be there in July.
Like, Steve should be the only one here today.
Only one here, or only one not here.
Sam made it all the way from, I don't know where the fuck he lives, way out in the woods somewhere.
Well,
Westchester.
Sam and Travis made an interesting, they had an insightful little thing on this whole snow transportation thing.
Yeah.
What was it?
Choo-choo go in snow.
Choo-choo go in snow.
So as
Yeah.
long as you can get to a choo-choo,
Yeah.
you can make it into work.
And in the city, choo-choo's pretty available.
Well, I don't know about
In
that. It's
Jersey,
not like this is the
choo-choos-
great city in the whole damn world.
Oh, with one of the biggest subway systems?
Right.
Oh.
Fucking Steve.
Hey, Danny Ross! Yeah, Danny's in!
I'll tell you, I almost didn't make it in.
It is insane.
We're not saying it's not ugly out there.
I thought about turning around about 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Insane, right?
And I hit that point of no return, and I was just like, you
Fail-safe.
made it this far, dude. You just got to
But
go.
see, you have to come in on these days because it's a snow day show.
Snow day.
Remember the last snow day show? We had Jimmy and E-Rock running around the place in
bunny outfit
in
or
bunny
whatever.
pink bunny outfits.
The hoodie footy snuggle suit.
Yeah.
Hoodie footy snuggle suit.
So we got to find more fun. Sam, it's your job to make this snow day special.
Yes.
Well, we'll still be able to debut We Are the World today.
Yes, we
Whoa.
will.
The snow isn't affecting the debut of the We Are the World song?
As long as Troy Kwan figures out the choo-choo.
Oh, shit. What?
He did?
Troy Yes.
So it's going to end up the only one that didn't make it is the executive producer? Oh, boy, that's not good.
Oh, my God.
That's not
I mean,
good.
you know how I don't like to defend Steve ever, but I mean, he does drive the most faggotiest car on the face of the
He
earth.
certainly does.
With strange defense.
With that, Danny, I'm about to tell my story.
Well, first let me just say,
which isn't going to help Steve at all.
Janine just wrote, and that's how you executive excuse. Very good.
Also, E-Rock was already able to drive in from Jersey, so I don't think in a snowstorm more than one person can drive in from Jersey. I think that's
Well,
the problem.
Well, that's where the wall of snow must have fallen 100 feet
behind
from his
E-Rock,
house,
yeah.
right behind E-Rock.
Fuck all that. Kenny and Jimmy did make it to Cleveland. They were delayed like 3 or 4 hours. They finally flew out yesterday. So Jimmy will be at the House of Blues in Cleveland. So let's get that out of the way.
Yes.
So when Kenny's not here, he has this guy, Chris, who replaces him.
Yep.
And Chris is probably the nicest guy I've ever met in my life. I mean, he is like...
That isn't even an exaggeration.
He is so nice, so mellow.
Yep.
Nothing bothers this guy. He's about to kill somebody.
Yeah.
That's how bad it is outside. So when Steve wrote that he made it 100 feet and then he said, screw this, and gave up, well, Chris's story is a little different. Here he's coming down the hall.
Yeah.
Chris, I don't know if he's allowed on there. Chris told me that to make sure that he was going to be able to come in today, he plowed his driveway 3 times.
Now, he lives in, I think...
He can't be on the air probably, right?
No. Where do you live? Northern Jersey?
Yeah, he lives
Yeah.
He lives north.
He lives in the place that just got pounded by this.
There's over 2 feet of snow where you live.
Yeah. 2 feet.
Easily,
of snow.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's coming from an area that's gotten 2 feet of snow. In New York right now, we're up to about 9 inches.
Yeah, and
so
it's
west and north are where it's just completely a disaster.
No sign of stopping either, by the way.
No. So well, Steve's on the line. Jesus Christ.
Oh, no.
Hold on a minute. You're messing up my story.
I apologize. I just wanted to call in and give the faggot incompetent executive producer reasoning for not being there.
Oh, thought we were doing a good job of that.
No, you were doing a horrible misrepresentation.
Oh.
So, Steve, why can't you make it in even though everybody else on the Opie and Anthony staff made it in?
Dude, if I lived...
I saw. How did he not? The audience saw it coming. The audience saw that coming.
Snow Day!
Yes. Oh, shit.
I ain't listening to his horse shit today.
I saw LOLs popping up on this screen when you started asking the question.
Fuck that.
Holy motherfucker, is that money? Here's why.
See, if
He's so pissed off right now.
Oh, he's freaking out.
If you have a desire to be here, you make it in somehow, some way. Just like everybody on staff did. Now, Chris, who's filling in for Kenny, he knew it was going to be a disaster. So he told me he plowed his driveway or shoveled his driveway 3 times.
Yeah.
Before he went to bed.
Just to make sure.
He woke up this morning, there was another foot of snow on his driveway. So I think he told me he got up around 2 in the morning. So basically the guy pulled an all-nighter to make sure he made it in. He shovels a foot, and he's getting paid shit. I mean, shit. So he shovels the driveway again, a whole foot of snow. And then he gets in his non-4-wheel drive piece of shit car.
It's like a regular type, you know.
It's horrendous.
Like what is it, like a Crown Vic or something? One of those big, can't handle the snow in any way. That's the sound it makes on the snow.
If you want to know the car he drove in this blizzard, I just happened to make a quick twit vid. So if you go to my Twitter, Opie Radio, it's my latest posting. You'll see when I said something like, "Well, I made it to work, whatever," and I kind of pan and you see a car kind of going down the road. It's a white car. You'll see it in the video. Yeah. That's Chris's car. It has no business being on the road right now.
No business.
So back-wheel drive,
huh?
Yeah, rear-wheel drive is just horrible.
So he, so.
Oh, was that the video?
Did you see it?
God damn, what a mess.
Right in the beginning.
Yeah, is that white car that kind of drove by?
Yeah, white car.
Yeah. Yeah, that was just awful.
Trust me, it's not going to, this fucking video ain't going to win any awards. When it turns, there's Chris's car right there. That's what he drove in. No 4-wheel drive. And he said, I left my house at 3:05.
He left his house at 3:05 a.m.
and made it to my building around 5:15. I think it's only a half-hour ride usually. It took him over 2 hours, and there's no one on the road.
Yeah.
There's no one on the road. He picked me up. He was seething, dude.
Yeah.
And he's the nicest guy.
I know.
And then it didn't help when we're driving to work, and all of a sudden his phone goes off. I go, that's got to be Kenny, because Kenny's obsessive about everything.
Of course.
Kenny probably woke his ass up just so he could check on Chris to make sure Chris was driving me in and taking care of Anthony and blah, blah, blah. Chris saw freaking the text message from Kenny. I thought he was going to throw his phone out into the snow. All Kenny wrote was, "Did you make it?"
Oh, no. After all that shit, he's got to look at Kenny's stupid text.
Right.
Did you?
And everyone has a story on how brutal it was to make it in here today. Yeah. I mean, Sam had to, get a train in. Danny had to drive in. And
I had to walk a block.
And Anthony almost broke a hip
I was
walking
staying
a block.
at the hotel.
It was really bad, though.
By the way, which I'm not making any illusions here, which is the only reason I'm here today, and not one of the people being goofed on.
There's 100 feet of snow.
Because I stayed in the city last night and was able to just walk 1 block. And I looked out the hotel window and was thinking about it. I walked to the lobby, looked out the door. It's just hell on earth.
Well, thank God you made it in, because we do have a boss that's kind of a douche when it comes to snow days.
He does not like snow days.
He gets really mad if you don't make it in, but...
Talk to Ron and Fez. Oof.
But I'll tell you this much. A little message for him. A little message for him.
Yeah.
Every other radio station I worked for, when these crazy fucking over-the-top, unbelievable snows are going to happen, everyone knows it. The radio station has put a lot of people up in cheap hotels just to make sure they're close to the radio station.
Yep.
So you can't not plan ahead as the boss and maybe get some hotel rooms together, and then the next day expect everybody to be here.
To be there, yeah.
Because it's a blizzard out there.
It's like worse than a blizzard.
It's a snurricane.
It's a snurricane.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. A
snurricane we're going with?
Snornado.
Might be a
snornado.
Too many ends.
I know. That's what I say about this place. Oh, I thought you meant
word.
the word.
Snornado.
I was just making a statement. Thanks for the softball. What are they pitching a tent for on Channel 11? It's Storm Team 11 in Newton, New Jersey.
Storm Team 11.
They pitched the tent.
It's a little move out of here. We'll see less snow as we go into Sunday, Monday, but still a little
less snow as we get into Sunday and Monday.
Dude, they're showing.
What day is it?
They're showing Monday with snow coming down.
No.
It's a continuous thing of snow.
Wow. All right, Sam, you got a responsibility. This is our second official snow day on the Opie and Anthony show. That means you have to come up with fun and hijinks.
I'll see. Yeah, we'll have some hijinks for today.
Definitely make E-Rock do something completely ridiculous.
That was the first name that popped into my head.
Huh?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but he does. E-Rock does
eat. That's crazy.
He's going on a hunger strike.
E-Rock does very special things when it's a snow day.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what the listeners are up to, man. Mark in Levittown. Mark.
Hey, how you doing, boys?
Hey, man.
Hey, Anthony, smartest thing you ever did was staying in the city tonight. I don't know why the fuck Nassau County can't figure out how to plow the road.
Yeah, the Expressway and Parkway is probably a wreck, right?
So Wancho State Parkway, he's got about 1.5 feet of snow on it. I don't know where the hell it came from. We only got 9 inches.
Yeah, they're taking the snow off of like people's lawns and putting them in the road, putting the snow in the road.
You know, with all the taxes we pay,
I know.
Let's go down this road for a minute or two.
You can. It's not plowed. Snow day.
With all the taxes we pay, the very least they could do is to make sure, you know, the roads are properly maintained on days like this.
Salted.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You think Bobo will make it in?
Bobo already called out. He had a doctor's appointment, and so he couldn't. And then he would probably, I would assume, he was supposed to come in yesterday, but he didn't because he was sick, I guess. And so Travis was on the phone with him after the show, and we were kind of letting him know that we felt like him and Tracy Morgan were who we were talking about yesterday. Maybe this is it for Bobo on the show.
Oh, no, he was panicking, I bet.
He offered to bring in 2 pizzas and to eat out Butch's asshole.
Did he tape this stuff?
They never tape it. They just chat about it. Right. I like the 2 pizzas first, then eat out Butch's asshole. That's wonderful.
Let's say hi to John in Jersey. What's up, John?
What's up, boys?
Hey, John.
Fucking 36 hours of freaking plowing. I've been waiting for you guys to come on the radio.
Ah, so you're one of the plow guys, eh?
Yeah.
You like are you like private plow guy for parking lots, or are you one of those big conga line highway guys?
Kind of. I work for the town. I work for a township, so yeah, I'm kind of a conga line.
Could you plow Steve out so he can make it in?
Yeah, 100 feet.
I will personally drive out there and fucking get his fucking bare ass.
I think the thing that bothers me the most about the Steve email is like the blatant lie.
It sucks.
The blatant lie that he writes. I went 100 feet.
100 feet.
That's such
all
a lie.
I could go. 100 feet.
Nobody goes 100 feet.
No, I used a tape measure. Yeah. I know it was 100 feet.
Because if you commit to your car and you're actually moving forward in your car, that's it.
You've
committed.
You're going.
Everyone knows that.
You're going. What happened after 100 feet that wasn't happening before 100 feet? He doesn't have a 100-foot driveway, so it wasn't his driveway and then the road. So he got on the road. He's driving. And then after 100 feet, something happened.
That's where the snurricane cuts off.
Yeah.
100 feet
exactly
before Steve's
there.
house.
So did he drive the 100 feet back into his parking spot?
Yeah. Did he leave his car there and walk back, trudging through the snow? I don't know.
Boy, I mean, maybe he should call the show. We need answers.
Maybe we do need some answers.
Let's go to Miles in Minnesota. Miles.
Yeah.
I can see for
Miles.
What's up, Miles?
Anyway, I don't understand, Steve, everybody else made it except for Steve, so instead of a snow day, wouldn't it just be your typical fucking Monday?
It does. Now it feels like, it's Friday. It feels like a Monday now.
Yeah, it does.
It sucks.
I gotta tell you, man, I need to figure out how to take days off. It seems like the easiest thing to do if you work for the Opie and Anthony show.
Here's the problem. You have work ethic.
It's called just not showing up.
But people do it all the time. I actually don't feel well at all. I don't feel good. I'm having my once a year winter sickness. I'm just hoping that by Monday I'll be fine.
You don't take enough days off.
No, I don't, and I should have taken today. Yeah. Today would have been perfect, but I didn't want to miss the snow day. I'll tell you the truth. Snow day shows are my favorite shows.
You gotta love a snow day.
So Sam, don't disappoint me. You better come up with some good stuff.
I will.
Activities to keep the kids distracted.
And even if you need a little fucking, pocket money to make it happen, let me know. I want to be surprised with some fun snow day activities.
Normally, I would just have Steve expensive, but I'm.
All right, I will give up money as long as you're getting some good activities together. Steve C called back good. Steve, what's up?
Hello, boys. Two things. First, I'm just to let you know, I won't be here Monday. I love cock.
All right, so we've learned he won't be in Monday either, and he loves the cock.
This is starting to turn into Ian Halprin's Wikipedia.
Maybe that's what happened. I went 100 feet, and there was a nude man. Dude, so I had to service.
I actually couldn't do it to myself. On the replay yesterday, I was laughing so hard again when you were going through the Wikipedia page. I actually had to turn off the radio. I'm like, I can't do this to myself again. One of the best laughs I've ever had in my life.
That was fucking funny. That guy is just out of his mind.
Yeah. Bravo to everyone with their fucking writing abilities on that Wikipedia page.
Oh.
David, Kansas City.
Morning, boys.
Kansas City.
Happy snow day. I figured out why your roads are not plowed, because the governor can't fucking see anything. So
yeah, it's fine for him. He doesn't have a problem driving. I bet he made it into work.
Well, I don't know, but we have a governor in New York that's basically going to be kicked out of office. It's going to be the second one kicked out of office. This Governor Patterson, I don't know. I don't know what they got on him, but the front page today is "Time to Go, Dave." And then this headline made me laugh all morning. Pack your dirty tricks and get the hell out of here!
Now you get the hell out of here!
That's an actual headline. Pack your dirty tricks and get the hell out of here. So I don't know. What's he up to?
Shenanigans.
Lots of shenanigans, right?
There's all kinds of allegations just bubbling below the surface. He's saying he's not going anywhere. Go screw. And everybody else is kind of going, look, there's shenanigans, and they are coming out. But and
do we know what the shenanigans are? They're kind of like
it could involve other women. It could involve improprieties. There's all kinds of shenanigans.
And his lieutenant governor is a bad boy.
Who is that now at this point?
This Richard Ravitch.
It is clear that the governor tolerated domestic abuse accusations against his closest confidant. And there is a suggestion that he joined state troopers in a campaign of witness tampering to shield the aide from prosecution.
What's that about?
So he's got this close confidant who apparently was involved in some domestic abuse. And he used state troopers and himself in witness tampering to shield that aide from being prosecuted from the domestic abuse allegation.
Uh-oh.
So witness tampering, that isn't only get out of here, you could very well go to jail.
And that's just one of a few things going on with this guy?
Yeah.
So we don't need to bore the rest of the country with it, but we got a governor that looks like he's going to get... Well, he's certainly not going to get elected.
We have a gubernatorial revolving door. Mm-hmm. They just come flying in, flying out. A new guy comes in, he fucks up, flies out. I don't even know who the lieutenant governor is now at this point that might have to take over. But it's just been an embarrassment to New York State. And then this other Charlie Rangel. Holy shit.
Charlie Rangel.
He's the Teflon. Well, I won't say it. Hold on. He's the Teflon.
Oh, boy.
This guy has been in trouble for years. There's been allegations of him just being a shyster. And no one's been able to touch him. But this time, I mean, they have legitimate shit against him. Just misappropriation of funds. Money he was using that he was not supposed to use for what he was using it for. Trips and things like that. And he can never take responsibility. He's blaming his staffers. He's throwing everyone under the bus except his lousy ass self, who is constantly embroiled in these, again, shenanigans. It's time for Charlie Rangel to get the fuck out of New York. Leave.
Anthony, more importantly, Steve C is finally calling back.
Oh, thank God.
Steve C.
Yes, this is Steve Carlisi.
Yes.
I'm sorry I couldn't make it into work today. I have a pair of big sweaty balls on my face and a big black cock in my ass.
Oh,
It's
okay.
wonderful.
Oh.
Wow. Let's say hi to Stryker. Stryker.
Hey, Stryker.
Good morning, boys. Hey, I have to defend Steve. Now, here in Colorado last night, where I live, we got a 1/4 inch of snow, and, well, I had to call my boss and tell him I was going to be 2 hours late this morning because my snow brush broke. So I understand fully what Steve's going through.
Your snow brush broke.
Oh. Steve was looking good around 5:30 because no one was here. All right, brother. But by 6:10, it turned out he was the only one that didn't make it in.
only one.
The only one. You never want to be the only one.
But I made it 100 feet.
Let's say hi to Mikey in Babylon.
Mikey.
Guys, what's going on?
Hey, man.
I'm so fucking pissed off right now. They haven't even plowed the roads at all. Guys are going around corners. They look like Starsky and Hutch spinning around. The back wheels are flying out.
Nice.
And I gotta drive from Babylon to Brooklyn to get to work. And if I don't go, because I don't have sick days, I take a $200 hit. This is fucking ridiculous. How come they can't come out here and plow the roads one time?
Well, with all the taxes we pay, man, that's the least of the things they should be doing for us.
Long Island's taxes are crazy.
I know it's a tough storm. Let's put that on the table. But still, we pay tough taxes, so our tough taxes should go toward making sure the roads are taken care of from this tough storm.
Yeah, you're talking about the taxes that Patterson's now saying he might not even be able to give us our refunds because we don't have enough money in the fucking state.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that tax money. That would explain why the roads look like this.
That's another one. And then have you seen the commercials for this yet? Because the misrepresentation of these commercials are astounding. They want to tax beverages with with sugar in them. Sugary beverages.
Right.
They want to throw another giant tax on top of that to raise a bunch of money for New York City because New York State because it's broke. New York State's broke.
Well,
so they're not presenting it that way. They're calling it a health, not even tax. I don't know what they're calling it, but they've figured out a way to word it where it sounds like you're paying for a healthy state. Mm-hmm. Like, here, we don't want sugary drinks. This will prevent people. They have nurses and doctors pitching this thing, and then they say it's brought to you by, New York State. And then there are people against it are talking about how it's just a tax, and this is crazy, shouldn't do this. And it's brought to you by the sugary beverage companies.
Yeah.
Like, they all have their own interests, but they present it in a way that seems like, it's a health thing.
They don't want.
They're trying to help you.
They don't want to help the individual.
They don't give
Our
a shit.
Politicians suck.
They don't give a shit. It's a tax because you dug yourself into a fucking hole by spending the shit out of money you'd never had, and now you're screwed.
And now you're going to take it out of our pockets.
And now everybody's getting hit.
Don't they have a pour tax on beer now too?
Oh yeah.
We haven't even talked about that yet. Or they're going for that.
I'm about to get hit by an 18-wheeler. I'm punching out.
All right, Mikey.
You know how
Hang in
bad
there, brother.
I'm going to have to feel now every time I pull that tap for Danny in the bar in my basement that I am now going to have to collect tax from you?
Since when do you pull it from me?
Well, that's true.
Aw, shit.
Shit, I'm going to have to pay you?
Ah, shit.
Fuck.
You can't even pour him a beer.
He's always behind the bar. He's very comfortable behind the bar.
I used to be a bartender. It's just
in front of the bar, laying under the bar, wherever.
Like it. Comes naturally.
Very much so.
It really does. Like, he takes over. There was a party we had where
I miss
Danny,
being a bartender. I was a bartender for a while.
Danny was in Texas.
Yeah.
And we had a party, and a bunch of people over my house, and we realized we couldn't figure out how to, really mix drinks. Like, we could do it, but it was a hassle.
It was for the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. Yeah. Danny's just back there behind the bar, so it's like, all right, you ask for a drink, you get one. Now you got to go and make your own. And then the video game console. So, somebody wants to play a game and it wasn't coming up. It was like, who's the guy that usually does? Oh, that's right. Danny usually fixes this. And then,
you got to make yourself indispensable.
Yeah, that's what it is. And then it's like, all right, we're going to, Miss Sal wants to karaoke. Let's turn on the karaoke machine. And what disc is this thing isn't,
boy.
Where's Danny? He usually runs karaoke. It just.
You can't go away anymore.
You ruined the party.
It's slowly becoming my basement.
Slowly.
Steve C's on the line. Steve.
Yay!
Hello, boys. How are you?
Good, Steve.
Hi. I may not give 100% to the radio station, but I will go 100 feet for it.
Yes. 100 feet.
Let's say hi to John in Atlanta. John.
Morning, boys. I was wondering if they could hire the curling sweepers to sweep his Prius into work today.
You just push it, and as it's sliding, there's curling people sweeping in front of it.
You know why he couldn't make Steve drives one of those cars that you have to pull it back a whole lot first and then let it go?
Yeah, let it go like a little spring toy car.
That's funny.
Yeah, I would put it back 100 feet. It went 100 feet.
Joseph from New York. I knew we were going to get one of the guys on the line. I'm not blaming you, Joseph, personally. I'm sorry for that. It's a bigger issue with our stupid politicians.
Well, you know what it is? A lot of guys retired from sanitation this year. They don't want to hire anybody because of the money. Now, we were out there like we are out there in every storm. We're working, we're plowing, but this shit just came down too fast today. Too much. We worked till 7 p.m. last night. We're just going home now. I'm getting stuck on my little fucking Civic right now on the way home. I'm pissed off, too.
Civic.
And yeah, see? Unbelievable.
Pick it up and carry it. What are you doing? Jesus Christ. It is true, though. It's like any video game like The Sims or Sim City or any of those roller coaster games. They cut the budget. They pull some of these workers off. And then next time it snows, the people are walking around with a little red exclamation point over their head.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, they're not laying anybody off. They're just letting guys retire and then not hiring anybody new.
Yeah. And
I run into my house with my head down. I'm still in my uniform. My neighbor's going to start fucking pelting me with snowballs now.
It's called trickle-down misery.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Joseph.
Have a good one, guys.
Thank you, brother. See, he knows the deal. John, Long Island.
What's up, guys?
Hey, man.
I'm having an Anthony moment right now. I'm on the northern state. I got a bunch of cunt mothers in four-wheel drives that don't know how to fucking drive.
Yeah.
And all I want to do is go home.
I want to go home.
I want to go home.
What's going on? Are they driving? Are they sliding? Are they?
Oh, they're all in a line doing 20 miles an hour with their cautions on.
Oh,
Get the fuck off the road. I got to drive in the snow. Good thing I drive a four-wheel drive. I got to drive in the unpaved lane so that I can get home because these motherfuckers don't want to get out of the way.
Yeah, there's like one lane that's kind of got some blacktop showing, and everyone's in that one doing 10 miles an hour. Move a little faster. You get into a slide, it's an adventure.
Absolutely.
When you get into a little skid, you recover, and you're like, fuck, that was cool.
When I learned how to drive, my father took me out in the parking lot in the snow and said, here, spin this thing around and learn how to do it, because when it happens for real, you'll know.
Yeah.
All these people have no idea what they're doing out here. Stay the fuck home. Stop getting on the road with people who want to get home who can drive in the snow. I don't feel like getting hit from the side because some idiot has no idea what he's doing.
Oh, I like the way this guy thinks.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly.
I'm having an Anthony moment.
I agree. Right now. Oh, just wait till the drive. I'm just going to record my entire drive home.
You really should.
Because it will be a catastrophe. I got my flip. I will record my drive home because I know I will be yelling the entire way home.
Oh, you definitely will, Anthony.
Because this ain't stopping. This isn't going to be cleared up. The roads aren't going to be clear. This storm apparently has stalled.
Yeah, it's coming back at us now.
And it just keeps whipping around in the same area.
They're saying it's supposed to snow till Monday or something now. They haven't plowed this road yet. They're never going to get this shit done out here.
All right, man. Hang in there. Yeah.
Have a good one, guys.
Yeah, it's spinning right now. It's going to spin in some dry air or whatever, and then it comes back at us.
It's just spinning.
Mid-morning.
It's taking the moisture off the ocean and pouring it onto our area.
Why don't we take our first break? It's a snow day show.
Yes.
We called it. This is our second snow day show of the year. Sam is responsible for making sure it's a fun snow day show. I know at 7:30 we're premiering our version of the We Are the World.
We Are the World. Oh, we got a time we're premiering it.
7:30.
7:30. Stay by your radios.
7:30, and then we'll play it a couple more times today.
I want to see a satellite shot of Steve's house where 100-foot radius, perfectly around his house, is
Google
clear.
Earth that shit.
Is clear, and then at 100 feet, it's just a wall of snow that he ran into, and it stopped his car dead.
Oh, by the way, we really don't have time to talk about Cop Out today because we're very, very busy. Just want to say that today. We're too busy to talk about Cop Out.
A lot
today.
going on.
Too much going on.
Yeah.
So if you want to talk about Cop Out, I don't know what to tell you. We just don't have time today.
Is he looking at us?
Hi, Travis.
We're looking at Travis on cam, and he can see us on cam.
Wait, I want to point to Travis at the break, see if this is going to work.
See if it works. Oh, look, he wrote good
thank
segment.
you, Travis.
Aw.
With that, we'll be back with our Snow Day show. Stay there. Opie and Anthony. Yeah, that's a good point. You were talking about during the break how it was snowing out the windows yesterday morning, and then we got down to the street and it was raining.
Yeah, we're on the 36th floor, so when we looked out the windows up here...
You just gave away our location. What's wrong with you?
Giant, oh my God.
What's wrong with you?
Oh my God. With security downstairs, I think we're safe. See? Can I pass by? See?
Stupid fake.
El Go-O.
Stupid fake security.
Yeah, so the big giant snowflakes outside the window where it looked like a blizzard up here. And then you take the elevator downstairs, walk out on the street, and it was raining. So somewhere between 36th floor and ground level, the snow turned to rain.
Really
fucked up. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Nope.
Yeah.
Never noticed.
Fezzi pointed that out to us.
Yes!
Let's go to Greg in Maryland. Greg?
Good morning, boy.
Hi, Greg.
Hi.
I was calling to tell everybody in New York who's bitching about not having the plows out and who's bitching about how it's hard for them to drive to work.
Yes!
Shut the fuck up!
Why?
I live in Maryland. We got 36 inches of snow in one storm. We got 18 inches 3 days later. Our governor's not blind. He actually looked outside and said, don't go to fucking work. And people listened.
Well,
this state is pretty desperate right now, so he needs everyone to go to work.
And as far as Maryland goes, if you're talking about Baltimore, did he tell the 3 people that have jobs not to go to work?
No, I'm in between Baltimore and Washington.
Yeah, exactly. The train goes through there. We've seen what happens in that place.
You don't want to get out of the train where the train stops in Baltimore.
No.
That's where they shot the wire.
No.
Yeah, it's pretty scary.
It is frightening.
It's very interesting.
It really
to
is.
look out that train window and see the Baltimore project.
Beirut.
All right, sir,
hey,
thank you.
Baltimore's the city that bleeds. We love it.
Yep.
All right, man. Let's go to Jeff in Cleveland. Jeff?
God needed a boner.
Yeah, boner's dead. So I guess God needed a boner.
God. Wait. That doesn't sound as good as God needed
It follows the formula,
astronaut
though.
or
I guess God needed a boner.
A baseball player or something like that. God needed a boner.
Well, we said this boner would be dead. And what? They found him in a park in Vancouver?
Strolling through the park one day.
It took his own life. How did he take his life, Ant? Do you know?
You know something? I was looking for info on that, and nothing. They didn't say, but they said because of how he was found, there is no indication of any foul play. Wow. So it's blatantly obvious that he killed himself. So I'm going to go with, I want to say gunshot to the head, but even that they wouldn't immediately dismiss. Maybe pills? Maybe pills. Go to the woods. You fucking down some pills and booze and just kind of...
I'm going to go with an old-fashioned hanging.
Hanging?
A lot of trees in the woods.
That's macabre. Well, that's macabre when you hang yourself.
The spokesperson said they are not releasing Andrew's cause of death yet due to the sensitivity of the situation, so...
He's dead, Chekhov.
But what's the sensitivity of situation? Because his parents already know he's dead.
Yeah. Well, I guess they don't want, all the details out. But Boner's
no longer with us.
Boner's dead.
Holy shit, Ahmad Ali's got info on Boner's death.
Ahmad Ali,
our Olympic correspondent. Ahmad.
How's it going, guys?
What's up, Ahmad?
Hello.
He died in Stanley Park, which is a downtown park. It's the equivalent of like Central Park, right downtown. And oddly enough, he was last seen at a bakery shop right in front of the park. And that's how then right before, I guess minutes before he took his last stroll and killed himself. But the thing was...
Hold on, slow down. I want to go with that for a second. If you're going to kill yourself, you don't have to worry about fucking fat content and calories, so you go and get yourself a nice muffin.
Oh, load up.
You load up on a fine muffin or something.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was a cupcake shop that he went to.
Well, you could have as many cupcakes as you want without the guilt if you're going to kill yourself in an hour.
No, you can't blame him.
Yeah.
But did you see Larry King last night? His parents actually walked off the show.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Do we have that audio?
What happened was Larry entirely forgot about them.
Why would we?
He told them that you guys are going to be up, and he was tweeting it on his Larry King's Twitter, and it was.
How important is the boner?
All right, listen. Why don't you slow down again, Ahmad? Don't fool yourself. I do follow Larry King on Twitter. He ain't writing that shit.
No,
he doesn't even know. He doesn't even know he has a Twitter.
What's a Twitter?
A lot of these people have like an assistant or something that's writing their tweets. Larry King is not writing his own tweets. You can tell by when you read them.
Took a nice shit today. Rarely happens in the morning.
But they were promoting it as if,
Thought I got an erection, but it was just a sneeze. Poor Larry.
He doesn't write his own tweets.
No.
Go ahead, Ahmad. I'm sorry. So the parents.
They were promoting it as if this is the key story on the show, and because they were going to have an exclusive interview with the guy's parents, and so they had his parents in there, and they're waiting and waiting, and Larry keeps delaying it and telling them, okay, next segment, and this is what Andrew Koenig's sister actually came out and said, and the parents eventually realized there's only 4 minutes left in the show. And they basically just said, okay, screw this, and got up and left. And then Larry, with 4 minutes in the show, goes, where did they go? I was just about to have them on. They just got up and left. And that was the end of the show.
Yeah, they didn't have enough time for the parents. You can't squeeze in...
How do they bounce it?
You can't squeeze in the parents of a kid that is probably dead, because I don't know if they knew it at that time.
No, they knew he had killed himself, and they had discovered his body, and that was what they were going to go talk about. And Larry thought, okay, we'll throw that in there for the last.
What the fuck is wrong with these people? You just find out your son is dead in a park in Vancouver, and you need to go on Larry King and talk about it? What's that about?
First thing he did, he had a press conference downtown at the police station. So
wouldn't it be great if Larry King got them on and just asked his father, so did you know that you were on SETI Alpha 6 and that Khan was going to put a creature in your body? Just comment. Did you know that you were on the Botany Bay and that Khan was coming back? Even though you weren't in the original episode, the original episode of Space Seed, back in the 60 series. How did you know Khan if you weren't even on the ship yet?
Just ask Star Trek questions.
Just start asking Star Trek
That would be amazing.
That would be great.
That would be amazing. So, what else you got on that, Ahmad?
Yeah, that's about it on Andrew Koenig. But next time you have Ian Alperin on, make sure you ask him about his time as a homeless man.
A homeless man?
He was homeless. He used to be a busker in Canada. That's where his music talent came from. He was a famous busker at the Montreal subway station.
I don't know what a busker is.
A guy who plays music at a subway.
No, I guess I figured that much out, but I never heard the word before.
I never either. Yeah.
What's the word?
Busker.
Buster?
Busker with a K.
Busker?
I've never heard of that before.
That's a Canadian term, I guess.
Sounds like a curling term.
All right, well,
you got to make sure the stone gets into the busker.
Because for the people out there that thought yesterday's show was the end of Ian Halpern, oh man, were you mistaken?
Oh no.
Now I'm more in than ever before.
There will be more
I've got a couple
fucking
pages.
battles with that cunt.
I've got a couple pages of research on the guy I can send you.
Oh, or
really?
are you calling yourself? Because you were great when you took him on yesterday.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, Ahmad, what's going on in the Olympics? I mean, the Americans lost to the Canadians in women's hockey. I mean, it was a great game, but we just couldn't fucking score last night.
Who cares? There was women's figure skating.
Well, we're going to get into women's figure skating in a second, Anthony, but let's start with the hockey here.
Oh.
I guess do you know anything about what?
The Canadian Broads are in trouble.
I was going to ask you that. Okay, yeah.
About a half an hour after the game, they went on the ice and they started drinking. They brought out the beer and the champagne and they started smoking cigars. And now the Olympic Committee is all pissed off because they're like, well, we don't allow alcohol in our celebrations. And apparently, the drinking age here in BC is 19, and some of the girls were 18, and they were drinking, and that caused a little bit of problems. So.
Yeah, but you just won a gold medal. What, they're going to take your gold medal away after the event because you were drinking? I would say go fuck yourself.
The Olympic Committee is completely European about stuff. So, do you hear about this American snowboarder, Scotty Lago, what they're doing to him?
What are they doing to him?
Well, he was on TMZ. I'm not sure if you guys saw the picture, but he basically went out to a club after he won the bronze here. Shaun White won the gold, and he's basically partying with some girls. And these girls are coming by and biting his medal, to see if it's real bronze. And this Asian chick comes by, and he lifts up his T-shirt and he puts the medal down where his cock is, and she bites it, and somebody snaps a photo.
Oh, yeah.
And it's on TMZ the same night. And so the American Olympic Committee now, the Snowboard Association of the U.S. and stuff, they all came out with a statement to the press saying his involvement is unacceptable, and and basically he left Vancouver and had to go home to his hometown because they were like, we don't want this guy around the U.S. team. He's brought us down. And all
please stop taking yourself so seriously,
especially with a bronze.
And the bronze medal, by the way, if I was lucky enough to be in the Olympics and I won bronze, I wouldn't wear that shit.
I'd wing it across a lake and skip it.
They put that around my neck and give me the flowers. I would throw the flowers and the medal right back at them, and then march off the ice.
You know what this means? I lost.
That's right. Silver. Gold is what you want.
There was a whole thing.
Gold is what you want at this point.
Last night, we talked about that on Red Eye. There's a whole thing where some shrink got into it, saying that people would rather get the bronze than the silver. Because the silver means you were so close to getting the gold. And the bronze, you're like, well, I almost didn't medal at all. So you're almost happier to get that.
Well, it's funny you should say that because I watched the medal ceremony after the women's hockey last night. And who was it? It was Finland, I guess, won the bronze?
Finland.
Yep.
And they were extremely happy, Anthony.
Yeah.
This proves your point. Extremely happy, kissing each other, biting the medals. They couldn't be happier that they won the bronze. Then the Americans won the silver. They're all just crying their eyes out. I mean, they're just not happy that they did not win the gold, which the Canadians won.
Because you feel like you missed out. You just missed getting the top honor. But then bronze, you're like, hey, I could have gotten nothing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And do you know anything on good old Mike Milbury? I love this fucking guy.
Mike?
And now I guess he's in trouble.
Yeah, I don't know. He's always been in trouble, but they have him and Roenick on there. I mean, they're just asking for trouble. But he was the guy who screwed up the Islanders, by the way.
I know. I'm not stupid. I'm an Islanders fan, but I still like this. I love any athlete with an attitude. I don't care who they play for. I don't care if they screwed up my team.
Attitude.
Mike Milbury climbed into the stands and beat a fan with a shoe. I mean, how could you not love this guy? And he is on with Roenick, and they hate each other, Anthony. And it's getting to a point where you're convinced they're going to fucking not just yell at each other, they're going to fight
each other.
Yes, yes, which makes for great TV.
That is fantastic.
But I guess he called the Russians Euro trash.
Ooh. Yeah, he called their hockey Euro trash.
Yeah, he called the Russian hockey team Euro trash. So now he's in a bit of a bind over that.
Are they Euro trash?
Yes. Euro trash is a very accepted word at this point.
Yeah, it is.
When you see the fucking Euro trash waiting to get into clubs, you go, oh, wow, look.
Euro trash.
Look at all the Euro trash.
You can pick them out a mile away. I understand.
So... and what else? There was, we got...
Closing ceremonies this Sunday?
Fuck the closing ceremonies. We still got a couple hockey games to deal with.
Oh, yeah, we do have some big hockey games. We got the semifinals coming up.
We got U.S.-Finland today at 3. And then Canada versus Slovakia at 9.
Finland's going to beat the United States. Google it. They're just going to beat them.
Finland's tough. Finland's tough.
You know what?
It's going to be a good game
Bring
today.
It factor. The bring it factor. That's what I am calling it. USA knows how to bring it.
Well, We better hope Ryan Miller stands on his head.
He's got to stand on his head.
I can't tell you how many times I've read "stand on his head" on my Twitter in the last week.
Of course.
What's her name from the Canadian team was standing on her head.
Standing on her head.
She certainly was. She shut out the Americans.
Ryan Miller's just been lights out. The thing is, all the goalies left in this tournament, they all either play in Canada or in Buffalo, so they're not really big stars, but they're all great goalies. So
yeah, we'll see.
If they need to play in New York, they'd be huge.
And then I am rooting for Canada over Slovakia because I want to see U.S. Canada again because I think that'll be more exciting. I'm going to say it. This is going to be crazy. I'm going to say it. More exciting than the Super Bowl. There you go. U.S. Canada for the gold is more exciting than the Super Bowl.
I think I got to agree with you.
And you're not going to get the broads watching, unfortunately, so you're not going to get Super Bowl numbers as far as ratings go, but they are going to be ridiculous.
And you won't get the bullshit of having to explain stuff to broads. And having broads ruin your time that you're spending with your men friends.
Would you watch U.S. Canada?
Absolutely. And I haven't watched one Olympic hockey game, but U.S. versus Canada, I'm all in. I'm fucking all in on that one.
Let's set up a little party at your house.
Oh, nice.
A little view. When's the game? Sunday or Saturday?
It's on Sunday at about 12 o'clock Pacific, so about 3:15 Eastern.
Dude, I'm coming out to the fucking compound. We're putting it on the big screen if it's U.S. Canada.
Big screen.
If it's U.S. Slovakia or Canada Finland or Finland Slovakia, then fuck that.
Then I'm watching Forensic Files.
All the scalpers here are scared shitless that it's going to be Finland Slovakia.
Really?
Oh, my God, right? Imagine that. The scalpers are just waiting for their investment to come in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, nobody's going to go to that game. I mean,
no one would care.
Like that in Europe.
This one could actually start a Canadian-United States war. I would like to see that. Like, the hockey game gets so intense that we actually invade Canada with military might and crush them in 10 minutes.
Oh, we would hold you guys off, man.
Oh, are you kidding? Look,
come on,
now you're being stupid.
Come on, let's relax.
Have you seen the FA-18s that we have and the Abrams tanks? And what do you got?
We're in the Commonwealth.
What do you got? What do you have? What do you have? What do you have?
Commonwealth of Nations. We got Britain. We got Northern Ireland.
You think they're going to fucking come to your aid? We fucking help them out a lot more than you guys do. We'd kick the shit out of you guys.
The one thing they got is those Mountie uniforms, though, man.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking impressive.
That's true.
I don't know if they could do anything, but those uniforms are impressive.
Yeah, but we've got Canadian wilderness that we know. We've got insurgents up here that
you don't have a wilderness that anyone knows. Everybody lives 10 miles from the American border. We don't even have to leave. We'll press a few buttons, send a few rockets over there. You're all dead. The end.
Dead.
The Canadian States of America. Stop.
Ahmad,
we could use the room.
That wouldn't be that bad. Most of us wouldn't resist. We'd be like, all right, bring it on.
I hear you.
All right, hold on, Ahmad. We're keeping you on the line. Eric in Jersey. He's a wrestler.
Let me tell you something.
Were you an Olympic wrestler, Eric?
No. I never made it that far.
Okay.
But the idea of the bronze medal being a little bit more important is with any bracket system and all of the games are bracket systems. If you win the silver, you've actually lost your last match. And if you win the bronze, you've actually won your last match in a consolation round. So you're going out on a high note, and the silver medalist, he's sitting behind the guy that just beat him.
You lost. The bronze, you won.
See, psychologically, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
but if you're skiing or something and you're just going against the clock, you could accept the silver a little better than if you lost an actual game, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Now, Opie, on a different note, are you going to the UFC fight at the Prudential Center?
Hell fucking yeah. We're going to have all those guys in, too. I think we're all going. We're going to have Frank Mir in. Who else did we say yes to?
Dick.
I know he is. That's why we're going to get into it with him.
I hope Lesnar kills that cocksucker.
I think he will.
Yeah, you heard what he said, right? He wants Lesnar to be the first death in the ring or in the cage. I mean,
Jesus.
And that's the last thing you want to say to that shaved fucking gorilla. He's going to kill somebody.
Yeah, no kidding. He didn't learn his lesson last time. I mean, fucking Lesnar made sure it hurt the last time they fought.
Listen, I met you at the show in Philly.
Stalker.
I'm the dude with the WOW leg tattoo.
Oh fuck yeah! This guy's got a great WOW tattoo on his like shin. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll all be there. I'm bringing up some of the guys from Philly, and Jimmy's going. I think Ant might even make it over there.
Shoot, I hope I see you there, man.
All right, brother. Thank you. All right, there goes Eric. Ahmad, hold on. We got a broad that watches hockey that's a little insulted by what Anthony said. Michelle.
A broad?
Are you a broad?
Yeah. I am a broad.
Hey, broad.
And I grew up on hockey. I've been pissed that they've been showing the games at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I have to work.
Yeah?
But yeah, some of us broads know hockey better than the men.
Big Beast fan, are you?
As a matter of fact, at the moment, no.
Oh, wow.
Typically, yes. The way they've been playing.
Oh,
Yeah,
I haven't
understand
kept track of the Bees.
Yeah, but
not doing that good this season.
Look, man, I'm an Islanders fan, and another rough year for us. We were in a playoff spot. Now we're, I think, 6 to 8 points out of the last playoff.
Oh, really?
Position right now.
Kind of bad.
But we do have our goalie as a backup goalie for the U.S., so he's not.
Oh, backup goalie.
Oh, that's pretty impressive.
Buffalo.
How many minutes has he played so far?
He's doing one of those headstands where he's got to use his hands and he
He
puts
is.
his
He does
knees on his elbows and he goes upside down. He's not quite standing on his head.
He's doing cartwheels on the bench.
Standing on his head.
All right, Michelle. You want U.S. Canada, right?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And it'll be on Sunday, so I won't have to work.
All right, Michelle, go to the lemon tree. Get that mullet clipped.
Hey, leave Michelle alone.
Nah, it just sounds like she has a mullet.
I bet you she's hot.
Sounds like a mullet.
Are you hot?
No mullet.
No?
Hot?
These. But no mullet.
Yeah?
Yeah. She didn't answer hot.
Punching
That's not a good sign.
Punching
boy.
out.
Oh, boy.
That's a hockey
boy.
broad.
Oh boy, she didn't even acknowledge I said hot.
That's a hockey broad.
Well, now everyone's pissed at you, Ahmad, because everyone knows U.S. would kick Canada's ass in a war.
Of course. Just stop already.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't even know what you guys have.
Well, they have hockey,
aside
but
from Mounties.
They have hockey, and if the U.S. beats Canada in the gold medal match, if we could get there,
Yeah.
then you have nothing.
Imagine all they have. They're on the ice. One guy drops a grenade, and then a hockey player slap shots it at our soldiers. That they'd probably be really good at. Mm-hmm. Slap shoot grenades at our guys. But we'd fuck you up something terrible.
I don't know, man. I mean...
Oh, stop. Hockey, you have a chance there, my friend. I'll admit that. But killing, destruction, cities in ruin, I think you'd have a problem there, my friend. And we just nuke you.
Even with your current commander-in-chief? I don't think so, man.
Yeah, I don't care. Even he could beat you.
Wow.
We're talking...
Are you actually supporting Obama on something?
No,
for once?
I'm just saying,
once?
The military gets in there, it's all over, Johnny.
We would send Ian Halpern undercover, and he would...
I'm undercover. I've infiltrated all of the military headquarters. Shut up.
All right, hold on a minute.
Yes.
Mark in New Orleans. Yes, Mark.
All I got to say, come on, man. Hockey over the Super Bowl?
Come on.
Break. Come on, man.
All right, now I'm laughing at you.
Yeah?
See, you're from New Orleans, so you're too close to the situation. I'm just saying a whole country is going to be rooting for the U.S. of America.
Right.
Versus this dirty fucking Canada.
But look, I'm all for that, but still.
I'm not saying that.
Come on, man.
All right, but I'm not going to say they're gonna beat the Super Bowl ratings. Of course not. But it's gonna be a much better game to watch than the Super Bowl.
I will watch. Well, I don't know about all that, but I'm gonna be just as interested. I'm gonna be watching pulling for the USA, and I'm all for blowing up Canada. But
I'm all for blowing up
Jesus,
Canada.
all right.
That's the point we've reached.
Fucking Mark. Thanks, Mark.
I'm all for blowing up Canada.
And Anthony watched figure skating last night, didn't you?
Well, you know something? I came back to the hotel room. I had left channel, NBC on, and I get in, and figure skating's on. And I'm grabbing the remote, and then I just start watching, because, the announcers, they're really into this shit. Mm-hmm. And they kind of make it sound, exciting. Mm-hmm. And the girls, they're kind of cute, and they're whooshing around.
They have
and
no boobs,
doing their thing. No, but that's okay.
They're real flat, though.
But I think they wrap them up pretty tight.
You think they're all wrapped
they
up?
look like that. And
So
the Canadian girl had like a woman's body more than like a little skater's body.
Does that make you go ew?
Yeah. No, it was wow. That's a hell of a shot.
Is that from this year's Olympics?
That's
no.
the guy, girl, and
Danny's showing us some fucking... Too bad that guy doesn't even notice that pussy's 3 inches from his nose.
He's holding her by the vagina.
He has no idea how hot that is.
He does. Look at the face that he's making.
Yeah, he's like...
Oh, yeah, his face is like, ew.
Now, this is just... Now, no men involved in this one. This is just the ladies' final figure skating. And apparently the Korean girl won the first gold medal that Korea ever won in that.
Yeah.
And she was, for a Korean chick, cute. Especially, they're so sassy. They're so sassy.
Did you guys get the tweet picture that I sent you guys this morning?
Why would we?
I sent you guys a picture of a Japanese female figure skater, and she's in shorts. Speed skater, and she's in shorts.
Yeah.
And she's got a normal body everywhere, except her thigh is like Schwarzenegger's thigh in the 70s, like a bodybuilder.
Like a giant muscular thigh.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
That's
There's
slip.
a nipple that's out. Oops.
Then he finds some nip slips out on the ice.
And another guy that doesn't know how hot that is.
Doesn't even care.
Jesus. Just skate with a guy. Get it over with.
No hair around that nipple. He doesn't want to see it. Jeez Louise.
So the figure skating.
And then, so they had the Korean girl who went out there and, just a perfect, long routine.
Yeah.
Amazing. She was doing those triple fucking spinny things. I don't know what they call. But every time she'd land one, the announcer's like, "Oh my goodness, it's the first time in history that's been done." Oh. They get and I guess it's just because it is very feminine. It's something to watch. Like, if a man is gay, I would gather he's watching it for the beauty and majesty and grace of the whole thing. I'm just looking because it's like, wow, that's really like hot or cute or looks good or whatever. And you can definitely, I'll throw it out there. You can appreciate what some of these fucking skaters are doing. It's unbelievably amazing.
I was going to say I can appreciate it because their routines look exactly the same. I don't know what makes one skater better than the other.
I was noticing there is a difference between the music. They play different type of music.
Ooh, what music
and they do like like the Russians will come out and do that like marchy kind of music and stuff. And then the Japanese will do some graceful kind of fucking, twang, 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 twang.
With a beat.
And the Americans come out to some kind of, Americana kind of music and shit like that. But, so there was the Korean girl, right? And then there's, a little Japanese girl, and she won the silver. The Korean won the gold. The little Japanese girl won the silver. And the girl from Canada, whose mother died like a couple of days ago.
What happened?
Her mother died.
What happened?
I don't know.
What happened?
But she died a couple of days ago.
What happened?
I don't know, but the father was there.
What happened?
The mother died.
What happened?
Yeah, the mother died.
What do you do for a living, character?
She skates.
What happened?
I don't know. It was,
I'm gonna make you stuck in a loop today.
But she won the bronze. She had a couple little mistakes, but very small. So she won the bronze, and she looked up, and like kind of was looking up at her dead mom in heaven, up there, and the announcer was just like,
why do we always look up?
Because you assume they're in heaven.
Yeah, but
wouldn't it be funny to look down and blow a kiss to the ground like, I know you were just a fucking cunt on wheels or a bastard or something, and I know you're in hell.
But what if heaven is south of Earth?
It's up if you're in Japan or China. Like, that's the direction.
But what? You could still look down, and technically you would be looking toward the heavens.
Yeah, because, it's all relative.
I guess. Oh, my God. We Are the World has entered the studio.
Oh, my God. It's dropped.
But, Sam, at this point, I know we told everyone 7:30, but we're in the middle of our Olympic break, and we have to take a break. So I think we're going to have to play the premiere of the O&A We Are the World song right after the break today.
Gotta tease it.
Huh?
Yeah, stay tuned through the Olympic talk and then through the break for We Are the World.
Yeah, We Are the World right after the break. But we got to
Fantastic.
continue with the Olympics for a little bit.
I agree.
And
the announcer was broken up. That's what all I was really getting.
Can we get that audio? Is it worth playing?
I don't know. Yeah, you could hear him because she's skating around to just massive applause because she's Canadian and the crowd loves her, and she's skating around after her routine, and you could tell she was getting choked up. Her chin was doing that thing, and her eyes were a little watery, and she's looking up at her mom, and they're showing the father in the stands crying and clapping, and the announcer, who is I guess his name was Gay Gayington, says like this is one of the most courageous moments. The courage is like he couldn't talk.
Scott Hamilton.
I was roaring. Was it Scotty Hamilton?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that was. He was getting a little choked up at that.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do?
When I first came to Vancouver with one broken testicle, is that him?
I think he might have had a problem with a testicle. I think there was something. I think it was twisted or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck.
I just wanted to be an ice skater. And my dream came true.
Ahmad, I think we got to let you go.
All right, man. Enjoy the closing ceremony on Sunday.
Why?
Oh, good.
What?
It's the last we'll see of Vancouver.
Apparently, Michael J. Fox is going to be part of it. So.
Oh,
Jesus.
boy. Batten down the hatches, people.
Oh, my God.
Might have another Haiti situation.
Don't give him a torch.
Oh,
that place will go up in fire.
Don't put him on the ice.
Yeah.
Let him fall right through.
If you go to YouTube, you type in Michael J. Fox Olympic commercial, it's very heroic. They have him skating and shooting a puck into the net and being very stable. It's amazing.
Really?
Yeah, and it's funny because that's supposed to show like a Canadian backyard hockey rink, and it turns out they shot it in Long Island.
See?
They shot it in Pat LaFontaine's backyard.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, Pat has a fucking ice rink in his backyard.
Got a Long Island for the ice thing. The
Good old Pat
fucking
LaFontaine.
your head muckety-muck premier, prime minister, president, whatever he is, goes to Miami to get his heart fucking fixed.
He's the premier of Newfoundland.
Whatever it is, a head muckety-muck up there decided that social medicine sucked the fucking ass and came down here to get his heart fixed because they were going to crack him open like a lobster tail.
But last
Stop
night
it.
on NBC News, they did a feature at St. Paul's Hospital in Vancouver about an American guy who came up here for treatment.
Yeah.
Oh, what did he have?
He had something. I don't know.
Yeah, something.
Shingles or something dumb.
They figured this guy didn't want his chest cracked open. So they went in with, microscopic little tubes and fixed his ass down in Florida.
Hey,
well, rich people go down there.
That's what we do. That's what we do now.
Ahmad, more importantly, everyone is very mad at your Canada could beat the U.S. in a war.
In a war. You're
and
just
Kevin
crazy.
Atlanta really puts it. I don't know what I'm trying to say. He writes, "Who in the hell has Canada ever beat in a war?"
That's true.
Ahmad, comment.
The U.S. War of 1812.
Or 1812. Stop it.
World War II, we were key players. We had the
key
players on D-Day.
Get the fuck out of here! You had sword. That was nothing compared to Omaha. Get out of here, you fucking revisionist history Canuck.
We had the toughest beach.
You did not have the toughest beach. Omaha was the toughest beach on D-Day. You had sword and maybe gold. There were pussy beaches. There were people laying on blankets. We had a tougher time in Buffalo with the TNA for O&A. Hitting those beaches were tough.
Oh man, were they?
There were fucking vegetables being fired into vaginas.
All right,
You liberated Holland.
I hit those beaches. It was a horror scene.
Shut up.
My God, like I've never seen before.
You shut up. I think we could still get arrested.
It was like Saving Private Ryan.
Shut up.
I got out of the vehicle, hit those beaches, and was horrified by what I saw. I'm still shell-shocked. That girl took a zucchini and a fucking kumquat.
I think they could still arrest us.
It was amazing.
Yes, Ahmad.
Yeah, we liberated Holland as well.
Oh, good
Holland.
for you.
Good. Thank God. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have wooden shoes. Good for you. Good for you.
All right, Ahmad. We'll talk to you Monday and maybe a little Olympic wrap-up from you. All right?
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Ahmad Ali. He's been helping us out in Vancouver.
It's a love-hate relationship with Canada, by the way. It's like a little brother. You smack him around in the head, but if anyone fucks with him, we'd come running.
Oh, we'll help.
We'd come around. But if no one's coming for you, you're just getting smacked in the head and called names.
There. I worked in the U.S. Coalition in Tampa, and the Canadians are faggots. That's Gennaro from Quorum. Dave from Canada. U.S. got the military, but Canada can still kick your ass.
Oh, yeah?
Andy in Pittsburgh. The longest sniper kill in Afghanistan was set by a Canadian.
Oh, okay, so line up a sniper shot to the fucking missile base that is fucking to the fucking fire base that's targeting your major cities and see what the bullet does.
Yeah. Mac in Atlanta. I think Ant's going to need some male hormone replacement if he's watching Olympic skating.
Hey, I don't mind the chick skating thing. It's not bad. They look they're all cute and stuff. What are you going to do?
Our girl got robbed last night. She was better than the Canadian girl. I wouldn't know that.
What, the American little Jappy girl?
Yeah.
She's an Asian girl. She wasn't. She was kind of stiff. She's only 16, so she's kind of new at it. She came in fourth.
Do you have a tough time like me rooting for like an American that looks like they should be on
the Japanese team?
Like on an Asian team?
Or the other?
It's very confusing.
I thought she was the Japanese team.
It's the Olympics,
team.
And there's a Chinese team and a Japanese team, a Korean team, but it says American.
Yeah.
That's strange to me.
Yeah, like the Korean team didn't have some girl that looked like she's from, Wisconsin.
Yeah, they don't have a blonde hair, blue-eyed beauty.
No.
So all of a sudden they say, well, skating for America, Ching Chong Che.
Yeah.
And you're like, but there's a Chinese team. Why isn't she skating for them?
She was very good, and coming in fourth in her first Olympics at 16 years old. This girl's got quite a future ahead of her, Opie. Quite a future ahead of her. What? Yeah, she did really well in her first Olympic appearance. At 16.
Jimmy James writes, well, these are all phone calls we just can't get to right now. Canada sent a pilot to the first Gulf War, not a plane, just a pilot. Is that true, Ann? You know a little bit about that
I never heard
stuff.
that one, but that's hysterical. I'm here. You got something for me?
Kyle from Toronto wants to explain how horrible their army is.
Okay.
Kyle, we'll take you. What's up?
Not much, everybody. What's happening? As far as our army, have you ever heard of pitchforks and hockey sticks?
Is that it?
Literally.
Like
That's
an angry
about
mob
it.
chasing Frankenstein. That's what the Canadian Army looks like.
That's your army?
Basically, and that's about it. And other than that, all I called to say was fuck Ian Halpern because that guy makes me embarrassed to be fucking Canadian.
Yeah.
Well, we're not done with that guy. You think yesterday was his last appearance? That's not true.
Yeah.
He'll be back next week, I do believe. Let's take it. Let's do a twofer. Another call from Toronto. Jack?
Hey, how's it going, fellas?
What up, Jack?
Not much. Hey, I used to be in the Marine Corps and went to Parris Island, served down in Beaufort. But the only difference is that Americans, they're trained better. Of course they're going to kick Canada's butt.
You know what it is?
There's no doubt about it.
Canada doesn't have to worry about anything because we're here. We're here.
Yeah, we are.
Don't worry about it.
Exactly. And I think that's the way it's been forever. But you know what? We have F-18s, we got M16s, we got all that stuff. But you know what? The reality is they're not trained as good. You can send a whole, 3 companies from Parris Island over the border, and we'd all, crap our pants.
All right. Very good.
Yeah, man.
We're going to take a break, Ant, because we have to debut our We Are the World. The Opie and Anthony We Are the World right after the break. We're definitely going to do that, so please stay right.
Also, let me. I'll do this correction. It was Juno Beach that the Canadians had in the Normandy on D-Day, situated between Sword and Gold. Okay, so it was in between, known as the Canadian Beach, assigned to the 3rd Canadian Infantry. The 3rd Canadian Division, placed under the command of the British Corps. Yeah, they were under the British command, by the way. I'd love to know how that one went. How many casualties?
I don't know.
I'll look it up.
Yeah,
I'm going to do a little more research.
You're going to do all that
on that
research
one.
during the break.
Let's see.
Also, Boner's parents walking off Larry King. We found the audio that someone turned us on to.
Good.
More info on the SeaWorld thing with, what was his name again? Tillicum?
Tillicum. They call it Tilly.
Will they be killing Tillicum? We'll tell you after the break.
Oh, nice news tease.
Thank you. But right after the break, our version of We Are the World. Stay there.
Hi, Opie and Anthony Show. It's a snow day. Yay! We're all here, everybody but Steve C. Who still, I guess, is... do we have the distance report on Steve C yet? He was at 100 feet away from his house because of the snow here in New York. 100 and... What do you think about? 10, 15 feet? I'm still trying.
I would say 107.
107 feet.
Yes.
I don't think he's going to make it in.
No?
I don't think he's going to make it in today.
He's going to try.
Steve trying means he's not going to make it in.
Have we heard from him?
No. Hasn't called back.
No.
Oopsie.
I've gone back to bed. I've left my Prius in the snow. I had to make it back. It was whiteout conditions. Well, we have a giant fucking debut today, by the way.
Yeah, it's time for the premiere.
Man.
It's the only reason we came to work today.
Yeah.
So, Sam, what do we got going on? We made our own version of We Are the World. You and Troy and the guys behind the scenes have been working on this for the last 2 weeks, I think.
Yes.
Week and a half, whatever.
This is a giant undertaking. The initial We Are the World, of course, you know, that was back in, 85?
25 years ago, yeah.
25 years ago. So for the 25th anniversary, they got together a whole new group of the stars du jour and some classic stars. Got them in the studio and did a new version. And we listened and went, ha, are you kidding me? We could do better than that.
Mm-hmm.
So we gathered up the various lunatics, psychopaths, losers, loners, homeless, and, of course, just some of the characters from the show. And did our own version for the 25th anniversary.
And this song is historic for two reasons.
Ooh. Oh, okay.
Number one, we still have to confirm this, it may be the longest produced bit in O&A history.
Ooh, which means we like it.
Yeah. So you can play it 3 or 4 times.
Nice.
How about it's the first produced bit in over 7 years?
Yeah, that's another one. That's another record.
We haven't produced a bit in over 7 years.
Number two, we believe it to be the first produced bit that all 3 members, Opie, Anthony, and Jim Norton of the show, are
actually on. Wow.
Which means we were able to get all 3 members after the show to record something.
Holy shit.
So give yourselves a round of applause.
What a huge undertaking that is.
Did any of us have their coats off?
Okay.
No.
Yeah, that's true. We all did our parts with our coats on. I was actually holding my bag in my hand.
Yeah.
Well, my scrotum, not my...
Of course.
Yeah, because I sing better that way.
There will be a video. Really, all parts were filmed. So
fantastic.
This is going to be an official video?
An official video.
Ooh.
There will be a video.
Will it be edited nicely with some nice fade, because I want this thing to look really professional.
Yeah, I just have to get some, mountainous B-roll and some eagles.
Oh,
and
that'd
stuff.
be good. And how about starving children?
And some starving children.
Okay, E-Rock.
And, wow.
That's what I mean, starving children.
Yeah, I just get him in the office grabbing his belly going, oh.
Yeah, just get people with hunger pains.
Wow. So, now this was weeks in the making.
Yeah. I mean, we had the idea as soon as We Are the World 25 was announced, we started brainstorming.
Yeah.
We decided to wait until the release of the song so we could get a feel for it.
Uh-huh.
Once we played it on the air here, we knew it was time. start working.
Do we have a list of the participants, or can you, off the top of your head, name some of the giant celebrities and stars from this very program that participated in this historic event, I would call it?
Well, I mean, you'll hear Anthony and Opie, of course.
Wow, yes.
Uncle Paul. Ted Sheckler.
Must have been hard getting him in.
Yeah. Lyle Chipperson is on it.
Oh, Lyle Chipperson.
Homeless Mustard. Stalker Patty. Yes, we heard that.
Yeah,
Big A.
Big
Bobo. Roland. The Virus.
Wait a minute. The Virus?
The Virus is on it. Tank Hankerus is on it.
Isn't that redundant?
Well, Tank Hankerus and the Virus appear back to back on the song.
So
that's awesome.
All right, I'm gonna really have to keep an ear open to see when the change happens, because I've noticed. Can you say One Trick Pony as far as voice impressions go?
It's just a different voice with the same material.
And if you keep your ears open, there's some voices from the past towards the end of the song.
I think people are going to have to listen to this a couple times to pick up on everybody that's in this.
Well,
absolutely.
Wasn't that the fun of the original We Are the World? Is like on. I think that's Steve Perry.
There was nothing fun about it.
No, nothing at all. What am I saying?
Hopefully ours brings a little fun.
And I've listened to it several times already. And what's fun is the way it's produced in the chorus.
Yeah.
Everybody's separated, and some people pan to the left, some to the right. So you can hear the separate voices. So every time you can listen for someone else's voice.
Are you trying to tell me that this is a stereo?
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, Pal Dog Paper, you're only getting right. So you missed you're missing half the song.
You'll miss some voices.
Yes.
Well, let's
listen
do it,
to it on satellite. Go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, exactly. Help us out. Get a little satellite. Are we ready for this?
I am.
Do we have the big production piece to tell everyone once again how great we are?
Oh, good.
Because we tell everyone how great we are every morning, right, Ed?
That's what we do. Go listen to Opie and Anthony. They say how great they are. I like that. That ought to be a promo.
Yeah, I think it should be a promo.
Yeah.
But we're not allowed to play other people's audio, unfortunately.
Well, we'll just make it a promo for ourselves.
Let's play the production piece, and let's do this. The premiere of the Opie and Anthony version of We Are the World.
And now, the Opie and Anthony Show proudly presents
We Are the World!
The world premiere of Opie and Anthony's We Are the World.
That's it?
That's a bit, and then you guys go,
whoa,
yeah.
It should
but no
kick
lasers.
In right
there.
There's explosions.
There's some explosions.
I like explosions, but no lasers.
There's some reverb on the voice.
It should have been a little more over the top, I'm thinking.
A little more lasers.
Sounds like someone threw that piece together last minute because they didn't really want to do it for us.
Yes.
Somebody didn't want to do it.
Yes.
Really? just was annoyed that we were bothering them.
Yeah.
Here's the song.
There comes a time when we hear a sudden call, when the world must stand together as one. There are people dying. It's time we lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all.
We can't go on pretending day by day that someone, somehow, will soon make a change.
We are all a part of God's great big family.
And the truth, you know, love is all we need.
We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a
to this already.
Send your heart so they know that someone cares, so the cries for help will not be in vain.
We can't let them suffer. No, we can't tell them to wait or something. Right now they need a helping hand or foot. or maybe shoulders.
We are the children. We are the ones to make a brighter day. So let's start giving.
There's a choice we're making. Yes, we're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a gayer day, just you and me. See, I'm gay.
When you're down and out, and there seems no hope at all.
But if you just believe, there's no way we could fall.
Whoa. Let us realize that a change can only come
when we stand together as one.
Give yourself a feel. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving.
There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true. We'll make a better day, just you and me.
There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day, just you and me. We are the world. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's just There's a choice we're making. We're trying to save our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day. Just you and me? Come on now, let me hear ya. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's giving.
And a lot of other people are doing it too.
You know, folks, there's a lot of big dicks in the world, and I blew a lot of them, and I'll tell you, big dicks leave a bad taste in my mouth.
We are the world. Oh, no. We are the children. Come on, baby, let me know.
Wow.
I'm stupefied. What do you think? What do you think?
I'm tearing up here at the beauty.
Well, bravo to Sam and Troy and everyone else.
What a production piece that is.
And the funny thing is, Club Soda Kenny was really, really mad that you were auto-tuning him. But that could be the best part of the whole fucking song.
I love the auto-tune part. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, we're going to have to play that a few more times.
Epic. We have to make it available for download somewhere.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, but only the difference is we will pay you to download it instead of the way it usually works.
Well, fucking greatest fucking song fucking ever. That's from Awful Me from Whack Bag.
Of course.
Blue Healer, it's not the clusterfuck I thought it would be.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
I think that's a good review. I want an iTunes link now.
Yeah, we got to get that
That's
up.
Coco in the D. Please don't play that again. I'm ashamed for you. It sounds like a Zoo Crew when you fabulous. I don't know. All right, Punching Out sounds like the Muppet Show.
Kind of did a little bit, a little Muppety. Hey, what's wrong with that?
That's what they sound like.
Yeah, it's just what they sound like.
Sound like Muppets.
Let's see. Thank God you guys don't do bits anymore. How many guest Muppets did you get from Sesame Street?
Wow,
Redding
Muppet
says
thing.
that's a piece of shit and the funniest piece of shit ever.
Oh, good.
Kenny
good.
with the auto-tune was funny.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna have to hear it again. There's a lot of people in there. Like I heard Tim at the end. That has to be a little bit of a surprise from
That's
our K-Rock days. You know, the guy.
A simple 2-word review coming in. Shit sandwich.
Shit sandwich.
Again, I don't know if that's good or bad.
Yes, E-Rock.
There's one point towards the end of the song where everybody's in the chorus. If you listen real closely, right after they sing "We Are the World," Uncle Paul goes, "Let's take our clothes off."
See, it's those little
I didn't hear
moments
that.
you got to notice.
There's also Uncle Paul. He has another line. It's hidden in there, but he says, "There's a choice we're making. We're ruining all their lives."
I didn't hear that either.
It's in there.
See, that's fantastic.
We'll play it. We'll definitely play it again in a little while. We're gonna play it 2 more times during the show, just so people could listen to it.
Of course.
Bill in Texas, what's up?
Whoa, Bill.
Hello, O&A, Party Rock. Awesome, guys. Awesome. I want to know, where do I send the check?
Yeah, I know. People just hear that and they just want to donate to something.
Yeah, that is the best piece of work I've ever heard, guys.
You know, as a goof, we wanted to put it online and make people, like, download it for, like, whatever.
Yeah.
And really send the money to charity, but we found out we're not allowed to do that.
How come
they
not
don't want
allowed?
our money, I guess.
How come we're not allowed to
Once
do that,
again,
though?
a charity doesn't want our money.
I wonder why we're not allowed to do that.
Just as a goof, we put it up on iTunes. It would, people would download it just to help the damn Haiti thing out, or maybe we do it, you know, for help out America or something.
Homeless or something.
Why not?
But they said no because why?
We can never help.
We don't own the rights to the music.
Yeah,
We
but
just
fuck that.
fucking
It's like
Quincy
charity.
Jones on the phone.
It's charity.
That's what I would think. I mean, we're not keeping
And it's
the money.
parody. It's parody charity.
Yeah.
So parody you
Parody
can do.
charity.
Parody's like protected, right? What? Hello?
Yeah. Hold on.
Stephen S. from Bayshore, exactly how long is that song? It seemed to last about 19 minutes. Wayne in Boston, Bobo was just excellent. Give him the nod.
Oh.
Sounds a lot like the retarded version of Hungry Eyes.
That's good.
Keith from Philly, I heard Uncle Paul scream children.
Yes.
I love how brilliantly it was edited for the chorus. It sounded like everyone stepped all over each other. Fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it really was just a cluster.
When are you going to play the O&A version? Where's the video? This guy just writes blink, blink, Humpex. Bravo, boys. Those fuckers can produce.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know.
A lot more positive than negative coming in on this one.
If you ask me, I say it's a hit.
I think it's a hit, and I think the people that are bitching about it are haters.
Well, yeah.
They're just haters.
And Evan from Fort Drum, the small change in E-Rock's voice with Tank Hankers and the virus was fucking hysterical.
Yeah, that, my favorite part right there.
Yeah.
Is the virus and Tank Hankers and the absolute impossibility of distinguishing the two.
But that's the beauty of a song like this, is everybody's going to have a different favorite part, and your favorite parts are going to change.
Yes, and then you'll notice things that you missed the first 18 times.
People picking up on,
yes.
Poe got in there with us.
A little us was in there.
I wanted to laugh, but I cried. It was that touching. What happened to Super Affected Mustard? Mustard sounded fucking great.
Yeah.
I guess we got a nice version of Mustard this time around.
He was our Bieber.
He didn't do that, though. He went straight
in the
forward.
chorus.
Okay.
Yeah, it's hidden in the chorus.
Great job, Troy
It's
Quan
buried.
and Sam. I love the, we did that one. Tippy Tom made it. Yeah, what was
Tippy Tom was in the end. I just pulled him. I put him in singing "If You Want My Body."
See, I didn't even notice that part. See, I really got. I'm gonna have to listen, and I didn't notice Tippy Tom in there. A tribute.
He was the last voice.
Instead of an official video, Blue Healer, I think everyone's thinking this. Coke Logic's got to animate that. That would be a motherfucker.
God.
But
Oh my god! Yeah, that would be quite an undertaking.
We can put up a video of the
Wow.
recording to give Coke Logic some time to animate it.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that.
Oh, would that be amazing?
Listen to the words, man. Why did Tank Hanker sound like the Cookie Monster? Reverend Al wants to know.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. That's, I guess, what the Muppet thing was.
Love Big A getting stuck in the word start.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was good. He
See,
finally
there's-
got it out as the other person was already singing.
The entire chorus had
Yeah,
already
the
started.
chorus had started, and he finally got his
Sean
line
from
out.
Albany, Georgia. Tim being back equals best part. Finally, something that ranks lower on Rotten Tomatoes than Cop Out.
Okay, well,
Oh, wow.
These are retards singing, and that's a motion
What is Cop
picture.
Out up to now?
We told you we don't have time to talk about Cop Out today. I hate when
I just
that
want to see what
happens.
it's
I
up
really
to on
wanted to
Rotten
talk about
Tomatoes.
Cop Out on our radio show, but we just don't have time.
It's a snow day. We have so much going on.
All right, it ticked up a notch.
All right, it's up
Went
to
from 13 to
14% positive
14%.
reviews. Let's see. I'm absolutely crying. The review's just coming in. You want some phone calls?
Oh, who doesn't? After this,
let's go to
please.
Keith the trucker. Keith.
Hey, Keith.
Yeah, guy, I'm absolutely crying over here. That was fucking hysterical, man. They started off so serious and sweet with the homeless dude, and then it all went to shit in the hammer. That was fucking great. I loved it.
Kenny coming in right after that is just...
That was perfect.
Really set the mood.
That was perfect. My favorite part might be Kenny Auto-Tune.
Yeah.
Fucking great job, Sam. You need a pay raise, dude.
Yeah, we got to get Sam
The
some money.
overuse of the auto-tune, too, was really
Of
good.
course.
It was not subtle.
Pitches up.
Yeah, it was not a subtle use of
And Kenny
the
was walking around here
auto-tune.
dead serious, shaking his head like, I don't
I
want to
don't
be
wanna-
auto-tuned.
You're ruining my magic.
He doesn't understand how great it is to have him auto-tuned.
He made me sign a napkin that said he would receive $1,000 in cash if he were auto-tuned. So I made him record it, and then I wiped my ass with the napkin.
Oh, good. Let's say hi to Trucker Brendan. Trucker Brendan.
Hey guys,
Hey.
I fucking love it. Opie, I heard you. Kenny auto-tuned is excellent, just like he did in Fireflies.
Yeah.
Anthony, did you have a solo?
I was doing the, if you notice, the pseudo Bruce Springsteen yelling in the chorus.
That was awesome.
The "We are the world."
He also did Steve C.
Yeah, that was not the actual Steve C.
Yeah, Anthony
and
did Steve C.
Steve C. voice, yes.
I got you.
See, everyone's saying they would
boys.
definitely pay like whatever, $1 or $2 on iTunes, and we wouldn't want the money. We'd fucking make some money for some dumb charity.
Well, I'll see.
Charity.
I'll talk to the lawyers and see if there's any way to get it up.
Oh, the lawyers. Well, that'll be great. They'll probably make it so we can't even play it on the air.
Yeah, matter of
That's
fact.
what they'll do. As a matter of fact, don't play it on the air. Destroy any copy of it and kill everyone involved with it. Thank you.
They're still deciding if we could replay the homeless Charlie bit, by the way. That's
Yeah,
what the
yeah.
lawyers have been up to for the last
They're
2 weeks.
knocking that one around
just
like
that-
it's a fucking trial of the century.
It's just a throwaway. We're like, you know what? It's time to replay Homeless Charlie that got us almost fired and suspended for 30 days.
Yeah.
And they're still batting it around, deciding if we could replay something that already aired, by the way.
You know, so many people are saying they would absolutely pay 99 cents for it if it goes to charity. You know something? We got to figure out a way.
We should.
We
to
could
put
look
that
like
up.
good guys for once.
There was
For
No
once.
one ever wants our charity money.
I know.
There was one.
Get the black homeless minority fucking
minority Vietnam vets.
Yeah, get them. They'll take our money.
There was one person who had a chance to be on this recording
And said no?
that flaked out.
Who?
Shitty intern David.
What the fuck is with that guy?
He just no-showed and stopped responding to emails.
Wow.
And that was actually Club. He was supposed to follow muster, and Club Soda
Oh.
Kenny got his line.
Someone better go to Central Park. He might be dead like Boner's dead.
Oh, maybe he's a Cohen and
Yeah.
or a Cohen or whatever it's
Whatever
called.
Ian said yesterday.
We tried to get a sax solo from Ian Halpern.
Oh, how great would
And what
that have
happened?
been?
He said he was on location.
He's living out of his suitcase.
Living
We
out of his
wanted
suitcase.
one part of the song to go, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ian Halpern.
Oh, and then
Alright.
a sax solo. Oh.
Yeah. Let's go to Reed in D.C. Reed.
Maybe next 25 years anniversary we'll do that.
Reed.
Gentlemen,
Hey.
best part of this song, Big A getting hung up on.
Yeah,
Nobody
that-
waited for him.
Nobody waited. That really is
We
funny,
just moved
man.
on. I can't wait to hear it again because I got to pick up on some more shit.
Yeah.
Brian, Connecticut.
Guys, I loved it. Favorite part? Give yourself a big.
See, I missed that too.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, they didn't know what.
I'm listening to the chorus. There's so much going on.
It was pretty sad when they realized they didn't know what I could do for the song. I'm like,
Aw.
all right.
There were no characters.
Yeah, I do characters. Mike in Buffalo. Mike.
Yes. Uncle Paul can sing, and when did Ted Scheckler get out of the shower
and start singing, you guys should give Ted Sheckler a record deal.
That's true. Ted, really powerful voice on Ted, by the way.
He does. He was actually, he had to be brought down in the chorus. Cause
Ted was overpowering everybody.
Yeah.
That Ted Sheckler does like to sing.
Well, I'll tell you this much. A lot of people are commenting about the damn thing.
Yeah.
It's a newsmaker.
Love it. I know. When's the news going to pick this up?
Can we give it to another channel around here? Any channels
This is
willing to play our version of We Are the World?
What about the morning mashup? They should play it.
The morning mashup probably would play it, except for that Sandy Kane line at the end. You know, folks, there's a lot of big dicks in the world.
We have to get a radio edit.
Yeah.
Where it's beeped.
Yeah.
And
I've blown a lot.
Then they have blown a lot of people. Why did she have to tell that story? Like, why did you just come out and tell that story?
I just went around the room and I was like, all right, guys, just give me some ad-libs and stuff. I was like, Sandy, give me like a dick joke. Give me something. And she just starts going, you know, folks.
I suck a lot of dicks.
But she sells it perfectly.
She's
She
great.
really does.
She's great.
You know.
Of course she does.
What the fuck? We missed... Oh, Ron in Toronto. Ron.
Yeah, it's Ross from Toronto. I was waiting for my toodly-doo, so...
Yeah, what happened to the toodly-doo? I thought that was going to make it in there.
Yeah, we never got a toodly-doo. I just thought it would be too much.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth.
There was a lot that we had to leave out because there was so much
just
to
so
put
much in there. It would have been buried and just mishmash. It's just a perfect mix of the talent and the music.
Yeah.
I think you hit it right on the head.
And we can always remix it.
Yeah.
And you never were going to get me twice to go into that fucking
That was
studio
the main problem.
when I was racing toward the elevator.
We almost got blown off the first time. We were not going to get a second time.
That is true. That is true.
Chicago, what do you got today, buddy?
Hey, that was brilliant, man. I loved it.
See? Cool. Look
I was
at the
wondering if
reviews.
maybe you guys could put a list out of like who's on there because there's like so much stuff going by.
Sam, can you give me I'll put it on my Twitter. We'll put it on all our Twitters because I don't know who you guys are following. Some are whatever. Give me a list in order of who appears, and I'll at least tweet that before we play it again in the next. We'll play it again like real soon.
Okay.
We'll play it again at 9:00. How's that?
That's huge.
I was not in the room with Sandy Kane and Mustard at the same time. No,
we all kind of did it separately.
I did my parts alone.
There was only one recording where you had about 6 or 8 guys in the fishbowl, and then after that, it was everyone just doing it individually, and then they kind of did a little copy paste action.
I didn't check my ego at the door.
Mm-hmm.
You, Opie, Anthony, Jim, and Kenny all required solo recording sessions.
Performances.
That's right. Sam, you tell them.
In that, I'm not a fucking seal.
Right.
I'm not Mr. fucking tap dance boy for you.
And Tim Reed was sent in because he's not allowed on premises.
Oh, was that what happened?
Yeah, it was
not allowed on premises.
Let's say hi to Q in New Orleans. Q.
What up, boys?
Hey, buddy.
Q.
First of all, I got to say, Quincy Jones, that's how you produce.
Yep.
All right? And this is you guys' Star Trek, all right? The hardcore fans will love it. They'll get all the little tidbits, but it's very accessible to the common person on the street.
Yeah, right on.
You don't have to be a fan to appreciate the brilliance and beauty and majesty of
Safe
that
to
song.
say, I think we have the second best version of the We Are the World song.
I think so.
And a lot of people out there are doing their own versions.
Yes.
I think this beats there's the first version, there's this version, and then there's the 25th anniversary.
Yeah, which is forgettable.
Yeah.
This one, though, wow.
People asking where was Larry King. Like Sam said, and we can't fit it all in, unfortunately.
I mean, we could have done We Are the World with just Anthony doing voices. Which we still could do.
That's a very short walk from the studio to the elevator.
It would take a while.
It's very difficult.
Yeah.
Well, Corinne has something on this. Corinne in Jersey. Corinne.
Guys, I laughed, I cried, I threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Yeah. That's the feeling everybody's
This
getting.
is what we try to do, is get people to react. I don't care
Just
which way you
emotions.
react. Just react.
Emotions.
Tim, Toronto. Enough of these Toronto calls today. Jesus, you have anything to do up there today?
Amazing.
Well, we're stuck in a big pile of snow, so
Join the club.
call in. But, Chip Triberson gets a lot of shit on the show for, lame-ass jokes and whatnot. Dude has the funniest line in the whole song with the whole lend a hand, lend a foot.
Shoulders.
Some shoulders or
something. Stopped me on my tracks. It came out of nowhere. It was hilarious.
Awesome. All right.
That was ad-lib, too, by Chip. That was not written for him.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think Chip does much writing. I think everything he says is ad-lib. So, no, it was great. And the whole song, everything was fantastic.
All right.
Good job, guys.
And you know what? Let's not get crazy, though. Let's not all of a sudden start producing bits for this show. That's, you know.
Yeah.
We don't need to do that.
We were thinking that maybe we would start bringing you guys in a lot more. Like, you and Ant could start being in a lot more.
We have a formula that's worked over the years. I wouldn't want to fuck with it.
Where you guys just go home?
Exactly.
Okay,
we come in, we do the minimal possible, then we leave. See, that's a formula that's worked for years.
I mean, you're very successful. It's hard to argue that.
Yes. Why fuck the whole thing up by, producing bits, coming late. I'm saying late.
Early, late. And how funny is it to look at Sam and see that he has to really work hard?
Oh, I know. I know. Look at him.
You're in that stage. It's
he
fun.
Works hard.
Enjoy it.
Ew.
Ew. Troy and I were sending versions of this song back and forth until like 9 o'clock at night last night.
Oh,
wow.
Jesus.
Making sure it was just so.
I was so bored. I was trying to figure out what I could do last night. I was just so bored. I was like, man, I have nothing to do.
Well,
maybe I could have helped out. Brian in Massachusetts. Brian.
Yes, I'm sitting at my desk right now listening, and I think I'm about to get fired. I'm laughing so loud.
Yeah, that was very funny.
$100 grand!
When Kenny kicked in.
Yeah.
That really brought it right into your face. Because the music starts, and then Mustard, here comes the time, heat a sudden call, and then Kenny. It's fucking great.
Yeah. Well, we're going to take a break. We're going to replay the song at 9 o'clock. Why not?
Look at
just
you.
So
Look at you. Just so you are now like a jock.
I'm trying it.
I like it.
Just so you can pick up on some of the things you missed. Give me a list of all the people and how they appear in the song so we can tweet that so they can follow along as we play the song again. After the break, Boner's parents walk off Larry King. We'll do your SeaWorld update. Steven Tyler news, Stone Temple Pilots news. Don't have time to talk about this cop-out movie, unfortunately. Very, very busy today, Anthony.
Damn.
Extremely busy. We would love to, obviously.
I know.
We would love to do the right thing, but we just don't have time for that.
Talk about
today.
Tracy.
And other things. Stay there, Opie and Anthony. What do you got over there, Ed? Some breaking news?
I was just looking at the Idol news, American Idol news. And it says, you may be upset or relieved to hear the news that Howard Stern definitely won't be joining American Idol as judge replacing Simon Cowell. According to sources close to the show, the new judge will be announced at the end of the current run. And whoever gets the gig will have a sweet deal. But no, that won't be happening.
Well, you got to give Howard a lot of credit. He's the biggest bullshit artist in radio.
Well,
and I give him credit for that, for real, because he's got people that know how to plant fake stories that the mainstream media, because they know the mainstream media in general is a bunch of dummies.
Pick up on it.
So they come up with a bullshit fucking lie. He's got the right people to feed it to the proper people, and then it becomes this big, huge, over-the-top thing.
Yep. And now, I guess that can't be used as far as a tool here.
Yeah.
As far as certain, things go.
Wow. The One We Are the World song, which we're going to play again in about 20 minutes, features Mustard, then Club Soda Kenny, then Roland, then Uncle Paul, then Tank Hankerus, then The Virus, Stalker Patty, Lyle Chip Chipperson, Bobo, Steve C, Big A, Pat from Menaki, Ted Sheckler, Opie, Sandy Kane, Auto-Tune Kenny, Master Poe, Annoying Guy from K-Rock, which was Tim, Bobo Springsteen, and then Tippy Tom.
Wow.
And this list will be online in a few minutes.
And then you could listen and try to, pick out who they are.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so much fun 25 years ago doing that with the original.
Was it?
Not really.
So Bobo, not Bobo, wow. I almost said Bobo was found dead. Wow, that would have got people talking. Boner.
God needed somebody with a broken wiener.
Boner's dead.
Yeah.
They found him in a park. They're not saying how he killed himself, but there's no doubt that he took his own life, right?
Yes.
And
oh, Captain, it was Khan. I bet it was Khan.
You think it was
Khan?
Khan
Killed Actually, no. It could have been a Klingon, because a Klingon did kill Kirk's son, which left Kirk very bitter against the Klingons, which came out in a later episode or movie, Undiscovered Country. Or I believe that was, yes, Undiscovered Country. But Chekhov, who was Boner's father, he was very upset about this whole thing. Was supposed to do Larry King, and walked off.
Yeah, here's some audio.
Actor Andrew Koenig, best known for his role in the series Growing Pains, has been missing since February 14th, Valentine's Day. Vancouver police believe he may be in the area. Kirk Cameron, who starred in Growing Pains, has publicly urged Andrew to call him. Andrew's parents, Walter and Judy Koenig, are in Vancouver, helping police search for their son. Walter may be familiar to you. He played Chekhov in the original Star Trek series. Now, I'm told that they left the studio, so we'll take a quick break and come back and find out why. Don't go away.
What happened?
Well, I don't know.
How important is a guest in the chair?
How important is the intro if the guest isn't in the seat?
Very important, I would say.
Then he came back from break and did this.
Well, folks, for some reason, unbeknownst to anyone, Walter Koenig, the father of the missing Andrew Koenig, and Judy Levitt Koenig, the mother of the missing Andrew Koenig, left the studio in Vancouver.
Unbeknownst to anyone.
Unbeknownst.
This is why Larry King and the rest of the dumb mainstream media sucks. Unbeknownst to anyone, maybe they're a bit distraught.
Yeah.
About the fact that their son is missing.
Unbeknownst. I'm hearing from my staffers that they were standing in one place, there were sparkly lights, and then they just disappeared. Apparently, they beamed out of my studio. Poor Chekhov.
Unbeknownst to anyone.
Unbeknownst.
Really?
To anyone.
The mother of the missing Andrew Koenig left the studio in Vancouver. We checked them out. They were prepared to go on. I said hello. They both said hello. We said we'd be on in 2 minutes. They said fine. And they got up and left for reasons unknown. So let me give you in the next minute and a half a little preview of we've got a lot covered tomorrow night.
Well, you were only going to give him a minute and a half.
We're going to give him a minute and a half. To Chekhov, why couldn't you just use a tricorder to find his life form? Find a human, set it for human life form. Chekhov, do you think he's still on a Class M planet? Could he be on Rigel 7? Where do you think he went? Can we just put him in a giant sunglasses case, shoot him onto the Genesis planet, and pick him up later, and he'll be fine? And then maybe help get some whales. Could you do that? And take Tilikum up in Klingon vessel. Why can't you do that? It worked for Spock. What happened? How did you sit next to that homo Asian guy for so many years and not know he was a cocksmoker?
You skipped it.
I skipped it.
I can almost do it.
I skipped it.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Did DeForest Kelly call and tell you he was dead? See, that's what he always did. Said he's dead. Couldn't you just take him to sick bay and hold that salt shaker that goes boo woo 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 over him? Here, wait. Did it do this? Then he would have been better. Couldn't you give him one of those shots that go psh in his neck and he'd wake up?
All right.
Do you think Chekhov will ask Kirk to take the Enterprise around the sun, whip it around to go back in time, and pick up his son before he offed himself? Comment, Chekhov.
Let's say hi to Larry King, Anthony. Larry.
Well, we know that Boner is missing, but now we have an exclusive on the Larry King show. His parents are missing, we assume, with him, but we can't find the groceries.
What happened to the groceries?
Larry King, what do you got on this?
Chekhov,
you confirm or deny that your pathetic son died searching for trilithium crystals? Rape.
Larry.
Check off. How important is your boner?
Apparently very. You know, Chekhov was almost dead when he went to get some radiation from the Enterprise, the aircraft carrier. If you remember, he was chased by the ship's crew and fell down one of the giant elevators that lift the fighter planes up. And he was taken to the hospital, but Bones was able to cure him of his subdural hematoma. Bones, do you think you could cure Chekhov's son? Wait, Bones is dead. How important is Bones being alive to saving Chekhov's son?
Boner.
Bones and Boner. Coincidence? Right. I don't know. It's unbeknownst to me.
Unbeknownst.
To
everyone.
Do you think he offed himself with the same weapon Kirk killed the Gorn with? Did he find bamboo and sulfur and charcoal and diamonds and blow his head off with that? Boy, would that make a mess.
Does this make sense? Was Boner killed by an enemy vessel?
Yes. Okay. He would say Wessel all the time.
Okay, I don't know.
Unbelievable.
I don't really know this stuff.
He was a victim of his own self. Maybe he OD'd on Vicodin. I'm not sure.
Let's say hi to Larry. Larry King, everyone.
Hello, this is Larry King. How important is the body's location?
Apparently very. That's where they found him. What the hell does that mean? Was he taking Viagra? You know, there is a chance perhaps he was using Romulan technology and just cloaked his body and disappeared. Was there a cloaking device found on Boner? Comment. Chekhov, please. I think I watched quite a few episodes.
I think you know that fucking Star Trek pretty good. Larry.
Yes, was Boner fired out in a sunglass case?
That's what I said earlier, sir.
Oh,
Where were you?
Oh, no. Let's say hi to Larry King. Larry, this is the real Larry.
This is unbeknownst to me, but a question. Could Cialis or Levitra retrieve your boner?
Fucking boner jokes.
If your boner's missing, I would try Viagra. It seems to bring back the boner.
Larry King would be the greatest broadcaster ever if he did that.
Oh, wouldn't he?
Oh, my God.
Did you try opening his dead mouth and putting in some garlic? Or Welch's grape juice by intravenous? It might have worked. You never know.
And we did the I guess God needed a boner joke earlier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you have a conversation with your doctor about your erectile dysfunction?
Imagine Larry just gets it all wrong, doesn't even know. That's a kid.
Boner was limp until rigor set in. Then he was a stiff boner. Till he got to Jimsy. I wish Jimsy was here. Was he found with Abigail? And codeine? And maybe some Anacin?
Let's say hi to Larry King. Larry.
Oh.
Yeah, is it true that the ABC execs wouldn't go for the nickname Hard On?
Will Boner be written on the tombstone? It's kind of embarrassing.
Cody from Indiana is very upset with our Larry King Boner bit. Yes, Cody.
You know what, guys? Sometimes I think that it's just a little bit insensitive. I had a boner once, and I don't think it's a good thing to do, to make fun of something like this.
Well, I guess this one hit a little too close to home.
Yeah, probably
I don't know what
did
to tell
for
you.
him. Sorry.
We don't really have an agenda on this show.
We apologize, though.
Sometimes it's going to hit a little too close to home, and I guess it's hitting too close to home to you today.
Okay, well, thank you.
All right. Larry King. Larry!
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Larry.
Is it true when they found a boner, rigor mortis was already set in?
I suck.
I thought I just said that.
Suck. I know, I think I just did. It is because I suck. Larry.
Yeah. I was wondering if you're playing Bury Your Boner.
Oh, God. Bury Your Boner. Oh, is that terrible?
Wow. Yeah. Well, I was just wondering if you're playing with your wife, if you're playing hockey.
Yeah, we get it.
Yeah, we get it. You don't have to explain your great line.
Rumor has it, is this true? Was he found wearing a red security man's outfit from the Enterprise? They never seem to make it.
Larry.
Yes, I'm wondering why E-Rock killed this man at a show on Tuesday, and does Kirk Cameron think he's going to hell?
Yes, he's very religious. Was there mental issues? I'm hearing Boner was nuts.
Let's say hi to Larry King on line 9. This is really Larry King.
Oh, yeah, this
Larry.
is...
Hey, is it true that Boner lasted more than 4 hours and then they called the doctor?
Yeah, that is...
Yeah, you think Boner lasted 4 hours in that park?
No, you're supposed to.
You're supposed to, right?
Supposed to call a doctor.
Let's say hi to Larry.
Larry?
I don't know what the big deal is. I used to lose a boner every day.
Yes.
Fucking...
Yeah. When you put the word out for him to get home, were you hoping Boner would come? Ta-dun-dun.
Let's say hi to Larry King. Larry.
Yes, hello.
Hey, Larry.
Will they be erecting a memorial for Boner?
Well, something has to be erected for Boner. I do believe. Is it true Boner was found in Steve C's mouth? They're not giving actual reports on the exact location.
You think they put Boner in a body bag?
This is terrible. The poor lad is dead.
Yeah.
Lad, he was, what, 35?
I was trying for a...
Poor guy was Boner for years.
I was trying for a condom joke. Yeah. I might have fell short on that one.
Yeah.
Let's say hi to Larry King. Larry!
Oh, Larry.
Yeah, this is Larry. Have you and your wife been able to kiss your boner goodbye?
That's awful.
Yeah, someone, XIADOX on Twitter. Poor Boner. This is going to be hard on his family. Let's go to Larry King on line 9. Larry.
Yes, I'd like to ask the question. Is Boner a cocky young boy?
Yeah. He was always a little culo.
Why weren't any of us invited to this big wedding? Oh, my
God. He's got the Jewish wedding where he's up on the chair and they lifted him up on the chair.
Oh, my God.
Look, I'm over here now.
Oh, my God, where are these pictures?
I'm over here now on a chair in the air. I'm in the flying chair.
Jay, you got to see these pictures. Dice is up in the air.
He
on
looks
the chair.
hysterical.
What the fuck is he doing?
Look at me. Look at you now. Look at me.
We're both up on chairs because we're in love and we're Jews.
Danny, where can they find the pictures? I got to tweet this shit.
This is on the Las Vegas Sun's website.
Las Vegas Sun.
Because they got married in Vegas on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, get me a link to that so I can fucking tweet
Dice got married, and they got the traditional Jewish wedding thing where they're doing the chairlift thing.
You think he was doing like the chicken dance and the electric slide and all that?
Mazel tov, you bitch!
What do you want me to break the glass?
I'll break the glass.
God, that's funny,
Got
man.
married again. Look at
What the hell is he doing?
I got to say, for the record, your producer Steve Carlesi, he called me yesterday. He was very good, dutiful boy. He was very good yesterday. But I woke up at 1 o'clock yesterday, so I was a little late for the show.
Yes. Yeah, hello, Jay Moore. We'd like to have you on the program.
Yeah, we yelled, come on, let's get Jay to do Tracy Morgan at least.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'll call every day, because you know Ronzoni is my favorite pasta.
That's all you gotta do. That's all. Jay does it fucking perfectly.
Yeah.
God damn.
Damn, I go to the MoMA to get my women. See a girl looking at a Sidney Pollack, bah, punch her in the rib.
What the fuck does it mean?
It don't mean nothing.
Do the I'm gonna put a baby in your belly.
I'll tell you, Opie, you beautiful. I'm gonna get your left arm pregnant.
There it is.
You're gonna give birth to 14 fingers. And no thumb, ain't no thumb gonna come out of your arm. Just a whole family of fingers running around. And the one thumb gonna be left there, unable to get rid of that baby weight. Talking about, fuck you, 14 fingers. You don't know what I sacrificed for y'all. Vodka all on my breath.
Where the fuck are you, L.A., right?
I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Oh, shit. You know, your home fucking town
I'm
is...
at the Palace Station with OJ.
Stop it. No. Your hometown's getting fucking socked in with snow, my friend.
What's that, Verona, New Jersey?
All of New Jersey is a mess.
I think they got 2 feet.
It's a fucking mess.
Wake up good. It'll fucking slow down the Al-Qaeda cell they got. It's bad out there, and
no shit.
It's really bad. It's people don't realize how bad it is now.
Yeah, arm yourselves, my friends.
Hey, my second book is going to come out May 11th.
Fuck out of here, really?
Yeah.
What's the title we're working on?
No Wonder My Parents Drank.
Oh, okay, that is a good one.
That's a great title.
Yeah.
It's about having kids and how you know, to turn you. They're maniacs to turn you into a maniac. It's how every comic will do like the fatherhood book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But good.
Yeah.
So you're doing it good.
Like I'm not sitting on the on the cover like with my face in my hands like Paul Reiser like oops.
Shit.
I had kids and now I got a big advance.
Oh shit! Oops. Yeah. That the Home Alone face.
It's more like, these they're tiny. Well, my wife said I should name the book "Kids: The Horrible, Wonderful People That Live in Our Homes and Run Our Lives." It's like having homeless people when you have kids.
It's that.
It's like having a homeless person, but you give them all your money and you let them touch you.
Did you get a whiff of the news?
News?
Opie?
What happened?
Would you like to tell Jay anything?
I guess yeah, Jay, I'm going to be a father in 2 months.
Opie, my goodness.
Yes.
He kept this motherfucking thing a secret for a long time.
I'm going to have a little boy.
What's his name going to be? FH?
FH.
I want to name him after... I mean, we can get serious for 1 second. I do want to name him after my dad, but my dad's name was Fred. That's rough.
My name's Fred. I'm a man,
one.
just like you.
Fred is a name that is a good name when you turn like 40. But before then, it's not a good name.
What was your father's middle name? Folks like, I don't know, leave me alone.
No, it was Wilford. I know. He was Frederick Wilford.
Your father was just born an old man.
Yes. He was born very regal.
I don't know.
He was a regal newborn. I don't know what the fuck to do. I'm trying.
He sounds like he was born pushing a wheelbarrow.
I'm trying to push the name Carlin because I'm a big George Carlin fan, but that's
my wife and I were talking about that. If we have a boy naming him Carlin.
Come on, really?
Yeah.
Well, talk to my wife then, because I'm like, I love George Carlin, and I think Carlin would work.
Here's an insightful tweet that I had. George Carlin and John Entwistle, 2 old men who died somehow before they got old.
Oh, that's very... You know what?
And then now you got to play a gong.
You know what? This is what I'm going to do right now. After that fucking tweet, I'm making it official.
Carlin?
No.
He's following you.
You're going to name your son Entwistle?
No. Twitter is stressing out a bit right now, so this feature is temporarily disabled. I swear to God, I was about to make it official and follow JMoore37.
Yes.
All right, you know what you can do instead, Opie?
Yeah.
Go to Amazon.com.
Okay. I'm there.
Punch in No Wonder My Parents Drank.
And start buying?
And start buying.
Pre-order?
If a third of my... There's a link on my... on my Twitter, on my tweets.
Tweety.
Hello, tweet. There's a link to the page. The artwork isn't up yet, but I figured if a third of my followers buy my book, I'll be on the bestseller list before it comes out. That's cool.
That's what you want to do.
Yeah, let's do that
too.
for Jay.
Jay Moore, very funny.
And you know what?
Very funny.
I mean, didn't Cosby write a fatherhood book? And you said Reiser. I didn't read any of those fucking books. I'll read this one.
You know what it is? You don't want these fucking bullshit like he was talking about, Paul Reiser type book like that. I could absolutely see Jay writing a book about being a parent and having it just be hysterical. Like,
they ruin your life.
You acknowledge children for what they are. Of course you love them and everything.
Yeah, but they're horrible, horrible people.
Just life ruiners, huh?
Yeah, it's like, they're all morning people. And, I've been going to bed at 4 my whole life. And all of a sudden my kid gets up at 5:30. Like he's a longshore fisherman. He's got that new wacky morning zoo he's got to get to.
Longshore.
There's never been a morning zoo team with the name Cock and Balls. Cock and Balls.
We got, what is ours?
Red Kit and Crawl.
Yeah,
Red Kit and Crawl Space.
We had another one recently that was really funny for a while. I can't remember
about that one. Well, they come and go.
Yeah, they do come and go.
So, anybody that's listening that wants to go to Amazon and type in No Wonder My Parents Drank by Jay Moores.
Jay Moores.
I know where I am rank-wise. Well, I was at 5,000 last night, Opie. Go to Amazon.
I did it already.
People are. I'm
see
looking
what the
right
rank
now.
is.
Oh, I got to go back there now.
People
no,
are
you don't have to go
posting
back.
links. I'm seeing this now.
Let's talk about how I got XM put in my truck, and I don't get your show only.
Well, Jay, because of you, I went right to the source, and they said that's not possible. Because I did read that tweet. I'm like, all right, what's going on with Jay Moore? Why can't he get our show? And they
There's
said that's
4
impossible.
kinds of satellite radios. There's
Yeah.
XM only, Sirius only, and 2 that have both. My car that I bought it's a Sirius radio in it. And I told the guy on the phone, I said, well, let me read you all like Willie's Place, the Joint, Laugh USA. These are all XM channels. And the only reason I made the subscription was so I could listen to Opie and Anthony and Ron and Faz. Mm-hmm. And then you talked me into getting a $300 package. And then the girl read me the cancellation policy because it's like she has to read it to me over the phone by law where there's a penalty where if you cancel. And then I said, but I'm not getting $198. And she goes, all right, hold on. I'll give you to somebody else.
Oh, God.
And now I'm here with this guy. And the guy says, yeah, no, it's not compatible. And I go, look, I can tweet to an astronaut who's at the space station. You're telling me it's a satellite. You're telling me like the satellite comes from the satellite. It gets 1,000 feet from the Earth and makes a U-turn when it sees my truck.
Yeah,
I can listen to Willie Nelson and techno all day long.
Yeah,
but I can't listen to my favorite shows.
You got to get the best of XM. That's the problem.
I did, stupid. I'm trying to explain this to you, Opie.
Well, that don't make sense then.
Really? No kidding. Oh, an ashtray, Johnny. I've been thinking of smoking, and this clinches it.
I thought I had the simple answer for you.
Yeah, the simple answer is I have to go buy an XM. I either have to go buy a different car,
right,
or I have to go buy an XM adapter for my car.
Well, the Gary Unmarried money's got to be good. So why don't you just get a new car?
Look, you son of a bitch. When Fred turns 16 and starts driving around,
yeah,
I want you to say to him, look, Fred, and your kid's going to go, what?
Yeah, he's going to have the deep voice. He'll have the deep fucking adult voice by 3.
How hot is your wife pregnant? It's super hot, right?
Yeah, she's all right, man.
It's like you're cheating on your skinny wife.
She's shit.
Jesus.
She actually only gained weight where the baby is. Like, she looks exactly the same. Except, some women kind of, wow, it's like, what are you holding a baby in your cheeks?
Well, a lot of women, take advantage of the fact that they're pregnant and then they gain 70 pounds.
Eat like shit.
Yeah, you gotta fucking do the right thing for everybody. For yourself, me, the baby, everybody.
It's just like, it's like one of those fucking movie babies where they just all they can do is put something underneath. Like fucking Talia Shire and Godfather 2 or something, or Godfather, where she just got the little bulge. She's being beaten. Fucking Carlo beating his pregnant wife.
I grew up with a couple of guys named Carlo. And that brings me to my next topic, the Jersey Shore. And everybody says it's prejudice against Italians.
Hey, in this day and age.
Do me a favor. You come back to 1986, Verona, New Jersey, and you will see an entire high school filled with situations.
No shit.
You'll see me wearing mousse in my hair and an Italian horn around my neck to not get beat up. I wore an Italian horn around my white, freckly Irish neck.
You did. You traded to your race.
And my middle name is Ferguson, which is my mom's maiden name, and I told people it was Fergusone.
Fergusone.
Wait, you're Jay Ferguson?
John, Jon.
All right, because Jay Ferguson, one-hit wonder. Thunder Island, I do believe.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you mean Thunder from Down Under.
Hey, 197, Jay. You said 198.
Well, whatever, dude. I had this on people tweeting me this. Like, you said...
Okay, all right. I'm just trying to figure this out for you.
That's not why I'm not getting the show. I also don't get MLB Network, and I was ready to do some serious damage. You can't, say Jimmy does, but I can't get away with saying threatening things because the FBI will knock on my door.
All right, you're moving up the Amazon list. This is good news.
What is it now?
I don't know.
I don't know, but he's moving up.
Hey, now.
Fred from Brooklyn's upset that I'm making fun of his name. It works for you, Fred. Fred's a rough name.
Is he there?
Hey, I read my Twitter. We read tweets. We do instant feedback, phone calls. We got Jay, who never blew us off ever.
No.
Ever. Not now, not ever.
Not now, not
Look at
ever.
this guy, Johnny Hemsticks. Mr. Balloon Head.
No way. No way. What's this garbage? Not me. No way. Not once, not never.
What chair is that? You know what's great about that guy is he's really on the road. I don't know if you guys have ever done psychedelics, but that guy's really on the road to a horrible trip.
Yeah.
He's on the way to a flaming pit of fire where everything's bad, where like wallpaper comes off the wall and attaches itself to your body.
Jesus.
And the seahorse saves him.
In the end, the seahorse does just that.
He's the Christ figure. It's a story of redemption. Mm-hmm. It's the book of Matthew, really. But you know how we know he's angry in the beginning, like, look at this bitch. Look at me. I'm the tree meister. I count on them. Like, everything's negative, like, fuck that.
No way. Drinking out of cups.
But 1, 2, 3, 5, kid going crazy. But there's one thing that he says that is all you need to know about where his trip is headed, and it's 2 words. Balloon hands. Yeah. The moment you start thinking balloon hands, bro, get yourself some orange juice, some Almond Brothers.
Mellow the fuck out.
Oh, when you start thinking balloon hands, it is over.
Balloon hands.
You might as well start thinking, is my throat closing up?
I better fist. I better fiddle-esque, battered, pattered little kid in the background fucking going crazy.
Oh my God.
Anything better than that fucking guy.
That will never get old.
No.
I'm going to have to go listen to the whole thing again today.
Fiddlerless.
Yes. Balloon hands.
Look at me. You want to get to the Mr. Walkway.
Oh, Mr. Walkway.
You want to get to the building, you had to walk on me. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Not now, not ever. Look, this is all you need to know about Tracy Morgan.
Yeah.
They had a roast for Barry Katz at the Boston Comedy Club downtown, and Tracy was with Barry, and then Barry, when he got, he helped Tracy get Saturday Night Live, got him to audition, got him there on time, and then Barry's first order of business was to get Tracy like a home, like a real place to live, and get his family out of like wherever they were living. So Barry got Tracy's entire family, his wife, and like his 3 boys, who, by the way, are all like 40 somehow. I don't understand. And he got them all like on I think they're like in the Trump, like upper west side, up by like where they do like the View and stuff. Do you know what I'm talking about? Those big apartments as you go up Joe DiMaggio Parkway?
Joe DiMaggio Parkway, yeah.
And then they had a roast for Barry Katz, and Tracy Morgan got up, and he started crying at the roast. And he goes, I'm going to tell you all something about Barry Katz. You got me and my family out to ghetto. We no longer got to starve. We got ourselves a doorman. We got a doorman, and we got ourselves a safe house and a warm bed every night. It's because of this man right here. Barry Katz. I love you, Barry Katz. I ain't gonna tell no joke. And he gave him a big hug, and the next day he fired him.
Holy shit, are you kidding me?
No, I'm not.
Holy shit.
Well, there you go.
So he put him into, what are you going to do? Even Stax got involved.
Good old Stax.
Even Stax got involved.
Hey, would you have one of your black bitches?
Bitches.
Well.
Hey, make that coffee to go, you dizzy prick. I'm kidding with you, you fucking dizzy prick. I let him drive.
God damn, Jay.
Amazon.com. No wonder my parents... I'm up now. You're going to get a plug, damn it.
Yep.
Go ahead, hit it, man.
Do it up.
I shouldn't. JMoore37, if you would like to tweet me and join my Tweeterverse. And then, no wonder my parents drank on Amazon.
All right, Jay.
Just
Very
do
good.
It. Just fucking do it.
Just do it.
Dude, come on. You got your coffee, you're on the computer, you go to Amazon, boom, you're ordering Jay's book, you have it.
Why does Bobby Kelly look like, on his photo on Twitter, look like his own wax figure?
Dude, that's not cool, dude.
That's a new one. We gotta tell him.
Wax figure.
Yeah.
He does.
All right, Jay.
And Jimmy's still traveling around the country with the Angelfish Kenny, right?
Yeah, they're in Cleveland, House of Blues tonight. So,
all
Jay,
right, why are you gonna bump my plug up against his plug?
Your plug's gonna do just fine. You're gonna do great. All right, Jay, we got to go. We got McFoley, and you could call after the break. We don't care. We just appreciate that you never blew us off.
My son goes back to school Wednesday, and then when I'll be up, I'll start calling you guys.
All right, Jay. Thank you.
I love you, gentlemen.
Well, we love you too.
And you tell those cocksuckers at Sirius that it's not a merger if I can't get an XM channel. That's just a fucking takeover.
Yes.
It's like Nazi Germany and me going like, no, but I was very interested in Warsaw, Poland. And I'm going, no, see, you can't get that with this package.
That's exactly what we were saying. It's like how the merger was. It's like when Germany merged with Poland.
But the only two channels I can't get is the virus and baseball. That's the only reason I got the fucking thing in my car.
Those are two big channels.
Ever hear of an iPod, stupid?
Those are two big fucking channels.
I don't need this shit in my car. I've got a fucking, I got an iPod.
Exactly.
I put my iPod in. Boom. No way.
Fucking iPod.
Fucking iPod.
Out of here. Music.
Mr. Balloon Hands.
Musicalisk.
My throat closing up.
All right,
no wonder my parents drank. Come on, people.
Yes,
we'll do it.
Eat a ling-a-longer.
We'll do it, man. Thank you, Jay.
All right, Mr. Moore.
The great Jay Moore, who knows who his friends are.
There's a guy been loyal.
Up, down, all around.
Years.
Jay's always doing the right thing for
many
us.
years. And day one, forget about it.
Not many,
Jay Moore's.
Not many people on that list, Anthony, unfortunately.
No.
All right, hey, Mick Foley is here. He's going to join the program next.
Mick Foley made it?
He made it in,
but
too.
But Steve C. didn't.
Right. Yes. And also, after the break, another We Are the World play.
Oh, yes, we have to.
So we got the Opie and Anthony version of We Are the World. If you missed it earlier this morning, it got a lot of reaction.
I'm going to listen closer this time so I could pick out everybody's parts and what they're saying. I'm going to have to give it another, 15 listens.
And
so much going on.
And I put up the list of everybody that appears on the song on my Twitter.
All the
Radio.
stars.
All the stars. There's a lot of names on this list that you can see for yourself. And we'll play the song next. Stay there.
What does this guy think he's an Indian? Was he a goddamn asshole? What the fuck is he doing? Not ever. No way. Now he's Johnny Hammersticks. I run away like he's friggin' Tommy Noble. The hell's he doing? Thinks he's got it going bossing over. No way. No way. What is this garbage? What is this? Oh, I'm king of the trees. I'm the tree meister. I count on them. When sometimes I pride, I like to stealest. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. This guy's a faggot. Guy's some sort of faggot Indian in the teepee. Ooh, this guy thinks he's Captain Knots. Thinks he's Captain Tying Knots. When everyone needs some knots tied, they go to him. Bullshit. Bullshit. This woman's such a bitch. Thinks she's Miss Sand. Drinking out of cups. Being a bitch. I better have fist. I better have Fedelisk, Barnd, Padarsk, Patter, little kid in the background fucking going crazy. Who's this guy? Mr. Balloons. Mr. Balloon Hands. No way. No way. Get real. Like those things. Mr. Walkway. Mr. Walk Down Me, I'm the walkway. Lead me to the building. Fuck you. 5643, yeah, right. You some stupid bitch. Who paid for that floor? Not me. No way. Never paid for no floor ever again. Not once, not never. Nope. Whose chair's that? Who bought that goddamn chair? That's not my chair. Not my chair, not my problem. That's what I say. No way. Stupid dresses. Stupid flowers. Lighthouses rule. You don't like the lighthouse? You suck. What is this, Seahorse Captain? What is this, Seahorse Seashell Party? Who didn't invite me? Why didn't I get invited, Seahorse Seahell? What is this? Get real. I'm in love with seahorses. I'm in love with them. They're so beautiful and cute. I'm in love with the seahorses. They're fucking unreal. I love them. They're like all the clocks. I love them. I love seahorses, and I love looking at them, and I love seashells. I love seashell things. I love things with seashells and seahorses on them, like blankets and towels and little bags. I love them. Seahorses forever.
Checking out the Opie and Anthony show. It's a snow day, and Mick Foley's in studio.
Yes.
Jay Moore has called us today, and Jay Moore did Tracy Morgan for us today, which was very, very nice. How you doing, Mick?
Awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah, awesome. I want you guys to put me on your snow day list, so when other people cancel, you can call me in.
It's an open door.
Thank you.
You just come in. You don't even have to ask. Yes. We got to say hi to Kevin Smith, who's on the hotline. A whole thing just happened on Twitter where Kevin was trying to call the show. He didn't have our number. He's begging everyone to give him the number so he could call into the show, and we finally worked it out. Hey, Kevin.
What a bizarre overstatement of the events. I simply put up one tweet, said, I don't have the number. I don't have the hotline number. That was it.
Well, I'll tell you.
After being assaulted by every Opie and Anthony fan over the last 4 days going, you gotta call them. Their feelings are hurt. I'm like, I brought them to the premiere.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. We were a little confused because we know you like to do our show.
Go back and make clear that there was no massive me trying to find the number.
No, I'll tell you this.
Southwest Airlines.
Hold on. I know.
Don't lie to the public.
You can take down anybody at this point with your Twitter.
Don't be
No. I'll tell you what happened.
Stern, dude. Just say I put up one tweet saying I don't have the hotline number.
Well, no. All I want to tell you is my side of it. I just got probably, I don't want to exaggerate, at least 500 to 600 people saying Kevin wants to call the show, but he doesn't have your number.
And then they were retweeting. All you have to do is click on my Twitter, and you would see one simple tweet says, "Opie, Anthony don't have the hotline number."
Yeah. All right. We're excited you're calling.
Yes.
Excited.
Hi, Kevin.
That's Stern, dude. That's why I stopped going on Stern, because he did that over-lying thing or exaggeration thing.
All I'm saying is,
Here I am on the phone. Let's not waste time. How are you?
But I don't want to fuck with our relationship. I swear to God, I got a major reaction because everyone was trying to help out. One tweet from you, a lot of retweeting, and a lot of people writing me. That's exactly how it went down.
Okay.
Is that fair enough?
That's fair.
All right.
Here I am. How are you guys?
Kevin, I'm great. I love the goddamn movie.
I know, you're so sweet. Wait, before we talk about the movie, my favorite part of the premiere, aside from meeting Jimmy's girlfriend, who was so damn sweet, was watching Anthony try to interact with my insanely inebriated wife.
That was really fun. Yeah,
that was at the very, very end of the evening. I'm watching Jimmy and Anthony go, and I'm just like, and I watch You know, and I'm like, I'm trying to tell Jen, who's just had a few, like, hey, the boys are going. And, you know, she's got the kind of sway thing. And Anthony politely tries to go over, and it's like the blind talking to the blind.
It was really interesting, yeah. She kind of had that eyes are half masked and was kind of weaving back and forth a little bit there.
I thought she was just going to take a swing at you.
Dude, how cool would that be, though, for me to have a black eye and go, what happened? Kevin Smith's wife punched me. I would love that.
Those Smiths are so scrappy.
Yeah. You remember talking to her, Ed?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's a good sign.
I was enjoying myself at the party.
Anthony might remember talking to her. I can't say the reverse.
Oh, boy.
I was having a good time, the party was great.
It was a nice premiere, dude. In terms of, look, I hate premieres and I hate parties. I'm not, I like to sit home and in my cave and do nothing, surrounded by nobody. And by the time it comes time to premiere the movie, I've seen it so many times. I've seen it alone as I edited the movie. I've seen it with test screening audiences. So it's no great celebration. It's just like, it becomes obligatory. And, it's fun for everyone else. That's why you go. Like, dude who played Juan in the movie, his name is Corey Fernandez. He played, he was the younger brother of Po' Boy.
Yeah, he was
This
great.
was like his first movie. So it's like camp for this kid. Everything is fun and exciting. And
loving it, yeah.
This dude was so looking forward to the premiere. So you go through it for people like that who are just like, this is amazing, this is awesome. But like for people like me, not only have I been to a bunch of premieres, but like with this movie, I've seen it to death. And then put it on the worst week of my life. It's like the thought of going to watch it again in public is even worse. But that was really nice. That moment, like you go for that, for people in the cast who're so excited about, this kind of, hey, there's a premiere and we're all celebrating the work and blah, blah, blah.
The little kid was outside the theater after the premiere.
Oh, my God. He was fucking hysterical.
And he was just, he didn't know what.
The kid from the car, little Marcus.
Dude, who was great in the film. And he was just kind of hanging around. It looked like his parents, I guess. And he just didn't know what to do with himself because the premiere was over. So he was just standing there. And as we walked by, we said, hey, dude, you were unbelievable in the film. And the smile the kid had on his face, I'll never forget. He was so into the fact that someone recognized him after the premiere.
I don't know. He, too. I mean, look, the kid, Marcus is like, I think he's about 10 at this point, max. When we were shooting, Marcus was going, can I go to the premiere? And you're like, wow, man, there are some people that still think that's it. Like, that's the be-all, end-all moment.
Right.
Like, we all work toward that.
Dude, there's something so funny about a kid cursing. I don't know what it is, but it it makes me laugh every time. And the shit he was saying.
It depends who you ask. Have you seen the reviews? Have been pretty awful.
I don't understand it. You know something? Let me just say this. I've read some of the reviews and been like, I don't get the fact that they're taking this film like it's you trying to make
just another
48 hours.
Yeah, another buddy cop
like,
film.
No, it's
way more
kind
than
of
that.
It's almost an homage to that. It's in that style, but
I mean, we put the joke in the first scene
exactly
just to make it really clear for even the dopey people. But these are people of erudition, and you'd imagine they'd see through it. I mean, you could say, look, I get the central conceit. I'm not into it, but these guys don't even get the central conceit.
No, they didn't get it. That's what it was.
I mean, look, it's fine. I came from a world where criticism mattered. Like Janet Maslin in the New York Times made my career, dude. She put in a review in the New York Times for Clerks when we played at the New Directors New Films Festival. That was like, she used the phrase, Smith spun straw into gold, and went on from there. It was just a wonderful review. Because I came from a world where that mattered, limited screens and art house, and a good review and a bad review was the difference between life and death. And because I came from that world, it's ingrained in you, just like I was raised Catholic. So to this day, when people are like, what are you, an idiot? There is no God. And I'm like, well, there could be.
You can't let it go.
Or you go out of your way not to do bad things because you're like, there could be a hell. So, just in case, I'm not going to do any of the big major sins. You're just kind of like, I don't know, why not? Why not just take that little safety precaution? But these cats, man, boy, they just, they seem to miss it completely. And you sit there going, well, I guess it's not for you. I mean, I hate to say this, but, because of course you say it on a movie where you're getting beat the shit out of critics, but it's just like, for a movie like this, film critics mean nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, nobody, if anybody who's sitting on the fence going like, let me see what the so-and-so says about Cop Out. Oh, I'm not going now. You know, it's like, come on, it's marketing sells a movie.
We had a few
film reviews don't.
We had a few people that called the show that saw it already, and they said it was awesome.
Yeah, and it's a fun movie. It's like it's not brain cancer. It's not Schindler's List. It's a totally fun popcorn movie. And you know, I don't know. It seems like a lot of cats in the film criticism community just lashing out. It's like from hell's heart.
I just want to second what Anthony said, because the next day after the premiere, we came in here and we were blown away. We're like, God, the movie was so funny. How Kevin filmed it. I mean, we were all over your ass saying how great it was. And then we started going to Rotten Tomatoes, and me and Ant, like on the air and behind the scenes, were like scratching our head, like,
I don't get this.
This doesn't match up.
I go, yeah. What movie did I see?
It was I saw a review. What was it, 2 days ago or something? The Village Voice review, and it was the Dream review. That was the first review and only review that I've read. But it was so good. I even had to tweet it. I was like, it'll never get better than this. I was so right. It never got better than that. It was straight downhill from there, and I felt bad for her. I think her name's Karina, the chick who wrote it. I'm like, man, she's out front by herself going, this shit's funny. And like I can't say any. Tons of critics are just sitting there going like, you're wrong. It's not. It's crap. I mean, people have been telling me about things that people have written. And so, because again, it's like at this point, I knew going in, I'm like, I'm not going to read these reviews. Nobody's going to look at this movie as anything but blank and blank. New York Times wrote something about me, but that was patently untrue, though. In the New York Times review, A.O. Scott, who is a dude I like, said that I have been saying places that I did it for the money, and I'm like, what? For the studio paycheck. And I'm like, dude, a month ago I'm out front talking about how I did it for an 80% pay cut and then gave half of that back.
Yeah.
So I don't know, that, but you put that in print in the New York Times, some cats are going to read that and go like, oh, it's licensed to...
Sold out, Kevin Smith.
To jump on to Kevin Smith, because look, clearly he's said he's in it for the money. They wrote it in the New York Times. I mean, that kind of thing, look, it's poorly put together sentence, and it winds up maybe hurting me in the eyes of people who kind of go like, who are on the fence about me, are like, oh, I don't like that guy anyway. Just one more reason not to like him. Apparently, he said he's chasing a studio paycheck, and I couldn't have been more clear. So why? And he says like it's well known or whatever. The way he phrased it, you're like, dude, what are you talking about?
I think critics, I don't know why, but I think you've pissed critics off in the past for some reason.
But here's the thing. When critics, I was anointed by critics. Go read all those Clerks reviews. They were wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
And then you see what happens. Like on Mallrats, boy, I said like, hey, I'm going to make a fun movie. And boy, I got spanked big time. And yet Mallrats is the one that my hand to God, people come up to me and say they like the most. It's the gateway movie. It's the one most people have seen of mine first. That led them to the others. Mallrats is insanely beloved, and it got the same treatment as Cop Out. So I mean, I sit here going like, back in the day, that used to break me, where I was like, oh my God, the critics, I've lost the critics. And now I live in a world where critics don't matter.
Dude,
for a movie like that, marketing matters. You know what matters? That there were billboards everywhere, that there were commercials on the Olympics, stuff like that.
Right. Well, you know what? I'll say this. A lot of people are going to go see Cop Out this weekend. We'll have an open discussion about it on Monday. And I have no doubt in my mind, most of the people that see this movie, especially that's associated with our show, they're going to love it.
You're going to think it's fucking hysterical.
They're going to love it. I have no problem saying that. And if I'm wrong, then you call this damn show Monday and beat us up.
You know what I don't understand?
I'm confident enough to know that people are going to like the movie.
You saw it. There's that one moment on the beach with Tracy where he breaks off into what to me is a genius, classic litany of pooping jokes.
Yeah.
It's like we literally stopped time just so Tracy could do about 1.5 minutes straight of some of the most brilliant, extemporaneous, ad-libbed poop jokes you've ever heard in your life. Yeah. And for that, you get crucified. Like so many people are going like, so poopy jokes.
Oh, yeah. Apparently. They just simplify it, right?
You know what I will never understand also, especially with this movie, is like if you get a scene where the two cops are being yelled at by their superior and told to give their badge and gun and put it on the desk. Do you not get it?
Yeah,
do you not fucking get what this is supposed to be doing? You're not saying, hey, this is a great new idea. Let me throw it in a movie. The angry captain and the two cops that won't stop the
It was an homage
it's like
to all that.
It's
all those past films.
But it's done so funny too.
Yes. And here's the thing. It's like they blur the line between homage and just flat out spoof. To them, it's a spoof movie. We might as well be not just another buddy cop movie.
Yeah, what do you want? Like they want. Here's what they would have loved.
Scary Movie,
something like Scary Movie
where you
with
just
the
go
cop
all
thing,
in.
where it's over the top
Yeah.
bullshit, fucking hack visual jokes on movies like that. Instead of doing a good movie that kind of pays tribute and is similar but only updated and funny as shit. Like they just didn't get that. Well, when I was reading the reviews, I'm like, how did they not get that?
All I know is we didn't have our test screenings with critics. We had them with normal people, and we scored fantastic.
You did great.
Yeah, of course you did.
I've watched this movie play with audience after audience, dude, and I've watched people just fall to its charms. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. It's a warm, embraceable hug of a movie. Makes you feel good.
And let's.
It's like Fletch. We made it like
Like
Fletch.
It has a Fletch feel to it. Sean William Scott, by the way, is freaking
so
hilarious.
goddamn funny in that movie, man.
Isn't he fantastic?
Hilarious.
Hey, Kevin, this is Mick Foley, the wrestler. You might
Hey,
have
man, how are you?
I'm doing great. Now, I don't know if, Kevin, you and I have actually met, but I know we've been in the same place on about 3 different occasions. You gave me a shout out from the stage at the Count Basie Theater when we were doing the Springsteen was doing the benefit for 9/11, and I was in the middle of my run on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. And
right on.
Yeah, and so he gave me, and I was dedicating it to the Women's Fire and Police Orphans Children's Fund, Widows and Orphans Fund.
Right.
And I was so confident. I mean, I was on such a cloud that I was going to win that million.
Didn't quite pan out.
The next day I went on and I actually had a question about geography, and Regis said, your phone line wouldn't happen to be a geography expert. And I said, as a matter of fact, he is. He was a guy who'd written a book called Don't Know Much About Geography, and then he came on and didn't know the question and went into depression and hiding for 3 weeks.
Screw you.
But I...
You thought it was a guarantee.
When I hear you talk about these reviews, I feel for you because I've done books, and I know that as men, doing a film and writing a book is about as close as we're going to get to bearing a child. But it feels about the same way, something you nurture and you love. And when someone insults it, it doesn't matter how you explain it to yourself, it's still going to bother you, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the thing. Even on something like I didn't write Cop Out, and everybody, thinks that'll make a huge difference, where it's like, well, you didn't write it, so you can't feel that bad if people are attacking it. But it's like, that's like saying you adopt a kid and then raise it to adulthood, and they're like, well, you never really did love it, right?
Yeah.
It's like you take something under your wing and you nurture it and you're putting everything into it. It's a part of you. I love Cop Out. I think it's a warm, funny flick, and for me, I accomplished everything that I set out to do with it, and apparently the studio agrees, because
you could tell.
Back the hell out of it. But I mean, the critics don't, and it's heartbreaking. I've been losing the critics for years now. It's been slowly happening.
It's at the point where you just say, fuck them. At this point,
I mean,
fuck
it is,
them.
where it's just like, I'm sorry, guys, but the world has changed, and you're playing an old game. You don't matter anymore.
Well, to use another Springsteen comparison, my brother would be one of those guys that, Springsteen sold out. And I'm like, John, he's not 26 singing about working the late shift anymore. You can't be that guy all the time. I'm sure that, you couldn't, Kevin, go back and try to remake Clerks being, a guy
they'll get you either way, dude, because if you go, I made Clerks 2, and they're like, he's just going back to the well. And then you make something completely out of your comfort zone, they're like, well, it's a hack piece of shit.
You can't win. It's
you
ridiculous.
cannot win, and you can't even try to win, dude, because it's like, unless you're, I don't want to play it down the line. I'm sorry, man. I can't. I like Jason Reitman. I can't and don't have no interest in making Jason Reitman movies.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He does it. Let him do it. He does it well. I just kind of want to do what I do, but I don't know. It's just a coming of age moment for me, dude. I'm going to be 40 in August, And, you know, at age 40, I guess is when you wake up and go like, oh, critics really don't matter, do they?
It doesn't even fucking
We
matter.
will discuss Cop Out on Monday, and I guarantee it's going to be very positive.
I mean, here's the thing.
Very
You want to talk
positive.
about something in a newspaper that I'm more worried about than a critic? I
Yeah.
would say it's the weather report, because I hear it's tons of snow back there.
Oh, yeah,
It's unbelievable.
Fucked.
Yeah, we're
It
gonna get
really is, man.
I mean, that's good. Definitely, that's a box office factor
Oh,
right
shit.
there.
Yeah,
That's
I
not,
didn't
it's
think
not
of
like
that.
a bad review. It's people going like, man, I can't get out of my house.
Can't even leave the fucking house.
It's going to be
Oh, I
tough
didn't even think
to
of
go to a theater
It was
tonight
like that,
anyway.
that heat wave on Entourage was threatening to spoil the Aquaman.
Yes. It's just like that, man.
There is just a couple of things I got to say with the directing. I think it's like one of your best directed movies.
I appreciate that. You know what it was? This was a chance for me to just go directorial, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm getting beat up for. A lot of people are like, where's his content? Where's his humor, his humanity? It's like, dude, I wasn't hired to do that. I was given a script and told to execute it. And while I executed it, I tried to elevate it.
Well, a lot of your movies that you've written and then directed, obviously a lot of Kevin Smith dialogue, and it was usually a lot of back and forth between two people talking at a table or wherever the fuck they are and stuff. This, to see you direct an action movie like this was it was really cool because it's amazing, and I hate saying this because it's like, oh, look how far Kevin Smith has come.
Right.
But it's like, but it really was cool to watch, and I was noticing a lot of new stuff that like you've never done in a movie before.
Yeah, we got to play. I mean, when I brought the only person who came with me from all the other flicks was Dave Klein, my DP. And when we got there, I was like, look, man, there's nowhere to hide anymore. It's like, we can't just sit around and go like, well, we just make talkie movies. And Dave for years has wanted to like take the gloves off and shoot the shit out of something, but I always shoot based on what the script calls for, and the scripts have never called for energetic, camera movement until fairly recently, or at least now I'm more comfortable doing it. So with this movie, it definitely calls for that. So me and Dave were like, let's open up the trick bag and do anything we've ever wanted to do, dreamed about doing, bring in moving cranes on cars. It was fun.
Just
man.
even the simple, like, remind us what city we're in, helicopter shots.
The aerial shots.
Those were fucking, like, stunning.
My mom picked that up.
They were
after
stunning.
I saw my mom, like, the morning after the premiere, I had breakfast with my mom, and she was talking about the movie and blah, 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 and she goes, you had aerial shots for the first time. And I was like, where'd you get that word? She's like, I heard somebody say it. But I was like, you know what that is? She's like, the helicopter over. I said, yes. And she was like, yeah, that was impressive. You've never done that. I said, why would I do that for something like Clerks?
Yeah,
right. Like, here's the convenience store. We haven't
We're
really
hovering above a convenience store.
It really worked, and I also appreciate that you didn't wimp out on the violence. The violence in this movie is great.
Yeah, we went for it, and then
Holy
I mean,
crap.
to the degree that you want to, without becoming hostile or something.
No,
But then
yeah.
we got tagged for that. I've heard.
Yeah,
People
what the
are going, like,
fuck?
some people are saying it shifts between the comedy and the violence, and you're like, but that's what all of those movies.
That's
do.
what they all were. It's so ridiculous. And the bad guys were...
Beverly Hills Cop 2 opens with like they gunned down Ronnie Cox, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the first Beverly Hills Cop begins with them killing his Eddie Murphy's buddy in the hallway.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, 48 Hours starts with the prison break. And somebody gets gunned down with a sawed-off.
Gans
these
is one of the
movies
most...
always had violence in them.
Yeah,
What happened?
Gans is one of the most evil characters ever in a movie.
One of the great characters.
Just Gans was a total prick, and that movie was, a great comedy. Everyone remembers 48 Hours as a great comedy.
And even when I see Gans as Dexter's dad, I'm like, that's Gans.
It's fucking Gans. Nice gun. When he says nice gun and fucking shoots his partner, it's just fantastic.
You know who I can't, why there's a certain show, I don't even know what it is, it might be Monk, but Ted Levine is on it. And
he's my favorite.
I just see him doing the tuck and saying,
when he was in The Hills Have Eyes, the remake of that, and there's one word he says after he crashes the truck, and his son-in-law comes over and goes, "Can you fix it?" He turns and just goes, "What?" And the way he says "what" it takes you right back. I want it as a ringtone. Just saying what. It's fantastic. That guy's great. Another thing I just wanted to thank you for is the premiere and the party, because I got to meet Michelle Trachtenberg.
Isn't she awesome?
Is fucking
Here's
beautiful.
Michelle Trachtenberg. Michelle Trachtenberg, for those who maybe don't recognize the name, you'd know her. She was The Adventures of Pete and Pete on Nickelodeon. She was Harriet the Spy. She was Ice Princess.
You make me sound like a fucking pedophile. Thank you.
On Buffy, she was Buffy's sister, I think.
Yeah.
She's been around. You've recognized her in a heartbeat. She's Eurotrip. A friend of mine made a flick called Eurotrip. She plays Bruce's daughter in the movie. And, you've seen her in a lot of wholesome roles kind of growing up. Not wholesome, but little girl. You've watched her grow up on film.
Yeah.
She shows up on the first day and she's just like, can I tell you my favorite part of this movie so far without even having rolled any film? I said, what? She's going, I almost did the movie just so I can see the headline, which somebody eventually gave me, and I printed it up. I'm going to frame it, and it says Trachtenberg loves dicks, because that's the name, what the movie was, a couple of dicks.
Yeah.
And right away I was like, I like your sense of humor.
When I walk outside, and she's there having a conversation, and the first thing I hear out of her mouth is something like, well, enough conversation about dicks in the ass.
Yes.
And I'm like, fuck, what the fuck is she talking about? This is great.
She is awesome. She can play it either way. She's very ladylike, but she could be just as blousy in a locker room.
It was great.
Kevin, this is Mick again. I'm just wondering, because you're like a filmmaker's filmmaker, and because Clerks was shot relatively cheaply, do you get a lot of films from aspiring filmmakers asking, for your opinion and
Yeah, over the
advice?
years, many. They seem to have thinned out because I guess word just got out that nothing happened.
So you've got some time. You've got some time to look
up into boxes, and sometimes you watch them, and what do you say? It's like, dude, I don't.
Because Kevin, my wife and I just made a porno we're very proud of, and
see that I'll watch. Dude. That's the thing. Of all the flicks people have sent me, man, very rarely do you ever see one. Like I remember, and this wasn't sent to me for hey, we need help or something, but somebody sent me a tape of there were two artists in the comic book community. I believe they were called the Panda Brothers, and they got a hold of this high density X-ray camera, like infrared, and they shot this film called the operation or the surgery or something, and it's like people having sex, but shot with this camera, so you see all the veins and bones. You can see it online, man.
Yeah, I think I've seen something like that. Like it's an internal view of what fucking looks like, right?
Yes, it was fascinating.
Yeah.
That was the best thing I've ever been to.
I think I got to smoke pot again to watch that.
It reminds me, Kevin, when you had that incident on Southwest, I'm thinking, depending on the time of the year, I occasionally need the seatbelt extension, and from what I understand, you didn't even need the extension and still got kicked off.
That's the thing that bugged me. I mean, people, look, I get it. Everyone wanted to turn it into the story of fat guy and a little plane. Because that's a funny story and whatnot. But which was fine, but then tell the story after that. That had nothing to do with it. Like, I literally just got fucked off that plane. And then they wouldn't even tell me why, because I could put the armrest down and whatnot. And they were like, the pilot. First they were going, the pilot wants you off the plane. I was like, ma'am, I literally just sat in the seat, and I can't even see the pilot. How could the pilot see me and notify you, who was at least 50, yards away at the desk that's not even at the front of the gate? And she was like, well, I don't know, they have mirrors. And I said, what do you mean they have mirrors? I don't understand that. She's like,
school bus?
The pilot can see you. He could just lean over. I said, ma'am, if I'm leaning over now, I can't see the pilot. How can he possibly see me? She said, we have phones on the plane. I said, what does that mean? She was spinning, dude. My firm belief is the dude in the jetway who I had made some joke to on the way down the jetway. Cause I was coming down, he goes, who are you? And I go, me? Oh, I said, I was standby. They gave me a ticket because they said that there was one seat. And he goes, are you blah, blah, blah? And I couldn't understand what he said. And I said, hey, man, did you just declassify me as fucking luggage? And he goes, and I was, kidding around. And he goes, what? He goes, what did you say? And I said, did you just declassify me as luggage? And he goes, no, I said revenue. And I said, oh, what's revenue? And he goes, revenue means you paid for your ticket. I was like, what do you mean? He goes, it's not a free ticket. It's not a makeup ticket. You paid for this flight. I said, oh, yeah, there's definitely revenue. I paid for the ticket. So that dude,
go in there, funny man. Go ahead.
That dude was definitely he didn't like my attitude. Yep. We were at the door of the plane, and then the stewardess in the plane is like, this little chick delighted to see me. She sees Silent Bob, and she's like, I'm so happy to hear. I said, this is gonna be a great flight. We get on the plane. She shows me where to put my bag. I put my bag up in the overhead, and as I first got on the plane, I see there's one seat empty up front, bulkhead, to my left, between two women. Empty seat. I'm like, ugh, I don't want to sit there, but 1 hour, what do I give a shit? Put my bag up, head back to the seat, then double back to the bag to grab my earphones, then go back to the seat to sit down. I literally sit down. I'm in the seat between 4 and, say, 12 seconds because I'm reaching for the belt because it's that close to push back. And all of a sudden, that chick who was at the desk 50 yards away is stepping onto the plane. And I was just like, oh, man. And for some reason, I thought something happened to my mother because she was looking at me and coming toward me. And I was just like, oh, my God, did something happen to my mother? And I don't know why. That's my first instinct. Because I didn't think anything about weight because I'm sitting in the seat totally fine. And I am not too fat to fly any airline, let alone Southwest. So, all of a sudden she comes up to me and she starts going, the pilot, you're going to have to come with me, Mr. Smith. The pilot wants you to step off. And I was like, what are you talking about? And she's like, there's a safety issue. And I was like, what safety issue? And she's like, please just come with me. And I was like, this is the same chick who like an hour and a half earlier at the desk when I went to change my flight because I was supposed to be on 7 o'clock, and then I came earlier. They gave me a standby to get on this 5:20 flight, and so I went to the desk to show her the standby ticket they gave me, and I was like, ma'am, I had 2 seats for my flight, but it doesn't, I'm happy to get the 1 seat because she said there's only 1 seat left on this. She goes, if everybody checks in, there will be 1 standby seat for this 5:20. I said, okay. And she goes, but you have 2 seats. And I was like, yeah, but, I don't need it. I just want to go home. And then she goes, yeah, but there's the safety issue. And I go, what safety issue? And she's like, the armrests. And I'm like, I couldn't even follow her at this point. And then I was like, I said, ma'am, you think I have 2 seats because I'm fat? No. I said, I have 2 seats because I hate people. I don't want to.
That's the difference.
To me, I'm like, who walks into a movie theater and sits next to somebody? That's creepy. I can't do that.
Yeah, you need the buffer seat.
I get enough money to get space. And my wife was supposed to be traveling with me. We had bought 3 seats, but then she decided not to go that morning. So I just flew up to do the Smodcast with Malcolm, and I was coming back. And when I checked in, they gave me 2 seats because I had 2 seats under my name, but I didn't need 2 seats. I literally, on the way out, sat in 1 seat. Didn't use them both. And then coming back, that wouldn't have been a problem. So she's going, the armrest. I said, oh, ma'am, no, I just thought 2 seats because I don't like sitting next to people. And she goes, oh, okay. And then, and I said, look, I'm fat. I get it. Look at me. I'm not denying I'm fat, but I'm not too fat to sit in one of those seats. I could still buckle and all that stuff.
But you and I are probably about the same, almost the same size. I mean, I've been asked if I was Kevin Smith once or twice over the years. and I've never had that issue, but I can imagine I could, right? Someone could.
They know that you can body slam them, though.
It just takes one asshole. That's all it takes, one asshole to fuck up your whole day.
I honestly, I'm not saying the dude did it because I'm like, I hate your movies or whatever, but it was that dude because they kept telling me that day, it's the pilot. And I kept telling him at the desk, I was like, ma'am, I don't think it is the pilot because I couldn't see the pilot. I was literally in my seat not long enough for the pilot, A, to see me, which I know he couldn't, as we've established by line of sight, and B, to see me, make a determination, and call you, and for you to make your way all the way down the jetway. I said, from that desk where I left you. I was like, the timing makes no sense, man. Like you're using your brain. This had nothing to do with weight. That's what bugs me. And it kind of did just in as much as I'm a weighty person. But all they did was line up 3 facts next to each other and put it out there. They were like, he did get asked to get off the plane. He is a rather large gentleman, as he says in his tweets. He's fat. And here's the third fact, as we all know, fat people should buy 2 seats. And they lined that up and pushed that out there in their blog. It had nothing to do with it. I was just a dude. I was literally a dude got fucked just by virtue of the fact that some dude was like, I don't like that. I don't like that.
I'm feeling
and that's what they do, dude. They can do that when they're in the position. And it happens all the fucking time. The only difference in this instance is that I've got a voice.
Yeah, you can fucking then unleash hell.
Hey, Anthony, I'm sensing a Kevin Smith documentary about this incident with possibly
I just
me.
Want the whole thing at this point.
Yeah, he wants to move on.
Disappear.
I want to play Kevin in the reenactment scenes.
Reenactment.
Matter of fact, Mick, we weren't even going to ask him about it. Thanks. Thanks a lot, Mick. Thanks a lot. We wanted to talk about cop out. I wanted to ask Kevin about hockey really fast.
Hockey.
You want U.S. Canada?
Yeah, of course.
And I was watching the first game, which I
saw your tweets on the first game were fucking cruel. I thought they were going to start an international incident.
Yeah, I know. I was being
like literally, you were like, these dumb Canadians. I'm like, dude.
Yeah. I was just being a little obnoxious, but the one thing, first of all, the U.S. Canada, the first time they played, and I'm hoping they do again for the gold. the most exciting hockey game that I can remember watching, and I go all the way back to when the Islanders won some cups.
I agree.
Me too.
I agree completely. I was watching that game, and I said to my friend Malcolm, who's Canadian, but he wasn't. He was kind of half watching the game with some half Canadian pride in the room. But my wife particularly, I was like, if every hockey game was that strong, they would have no problem selling this sport.
Oh my God, you're right.
It was so fucking competitive, dude, and not brutal. It wasn't like a bunch of dudes pound the shit out of each other. It was like the elite with insane elite skills playing against each other full out for the honor of their country. If every game could be like that, you'd have no problem selling that sport whatsoever.
Well, a couple things. It's a real all-star game. Every year we get the NHL all-star game, but you don't get the guys really showing off their skills because they have nothing to play for.
They're not doing it for gold and country. It's an exhibition game at that point.
And also I realize I don't need fighting as much as I thought I did. But when you go back to now watching the NHL, when I go back to the Coliseum because I got season tickets, I'm going to be like, oh my God, I'm going to miss this Olympic hockey.
Totally.
And the one thing when I was watching the game, I was thinking of you. I'm like, how is he rooting for, the U.S. with Brodeur and net?
That's a bucket of win, dude, for me. I can't lose in that one. I got Brodeur and a bunch of Canadians on the one side, but I got Zach Parise and a bunch and Jamie Langenbrunner on the first line on the American side.
Do you admit that
to me is just a big bucket of win?
Well, you do admit that Ryan Miller has
been a complete fucking revelation. Like watching him play was inspiring, and certainly not at the expense of Marty. It's just like Ryan apparently wanted it more.
He won the game.
Oh, he single-handedly. I mean, look, he had a lot of help. Brian Rafalski can't be counted out either.
Right.
Who played like, this dude, I mean, a lot of people in Detroit are like, what are you talking about? He's been a star here for years. This was a former Devil.
Yeah.
Who took off, and I remember even then people were like, Lou, don't let him go. But man, I thought this dude shined in a way that it was just like, wow, who knew? Him and Ryan Miller, the two big stars of the game for me.
You think we got a chance if it's a rematch?
Absolutely. Right, I mean, look, did you see the Canada-Russia game?
Sure did.
Canada's on point, like the three Canadians bumping into each other on the ice.
That was hilarious. I loved it.
That's over. That was the first good. That's their blooper reel. But now you can see the Canadians are on point and they're ready to play. They took out, Ovechkin and Russia, and I think everybody's hoping it comes down to Canada-USA.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think
that's a great Olympic hockey narrative, and that sells the game, dude.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the famous thing, I was on the edge of my seat the entire game. I was like, this is how hockey is meant to be played.
Totally.
I was really into it.
And you're right about the fights. I mean, I'm no pussy. I like fighting and stuff, but if the game is going that fast and that amazingly, you don't need a fight.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh my God, look at this. Look at the ballet of skills going on.
I've talked with a lot of hockey players about the fighting, and it just sounds bizarre. A couple of guys in the junior league in Nova Scotia, one guy came up and he goes, we play your song when we fight. I said, what do you mean? He goes, well, when we're facing off, they'll play your music, the WWE car crash music,
Right.
And he goes, and then we'll go out to center ice and fight.
Yeah, that'll make people just beat each other up. Yeah.
And so it's ingrained in them that they need to do that in order to get fans, and I think in the long run it hurts.
They are trying to push fighting out of the NHL. I mean, every team used to dress an enforcer. They don't
you had
do
a
that
goon.
anymore.
Yeah, you just
every
had a
team
goon.
had a goon, and that's not really true anymore.
Right.
But whatever. Hey,
you know what else was amazing about that game that I think also enhanced it? No commercial break.
Yeah.
Wasn't that amazing? Like you watched 20 minutes flat out. They didn't have any breaks for TV breaks whatsoever. I mean, there was a timeout at one point, but that was it. Other than that, it was whenever the clock was stopped for, face-off or something like that. But they didn't break away for any commercials. And I was just like, why can't they do that all the time, man?
Kidding.
Just show me 20 minutes straight. Give me 20 minutes of commercials, then 20 minutes straight.
For the people that don't watch a lot of hockey games, the NHL has this thing called a TV timeout.
Yeah.
That means it doesn't mean anything except for the fact they need to sell some product.
Yeah.
And then they come back. And
do they not do that on other sports?
They do it in other sports.
Yeah.
Even in college sports.
But Kevin's right. They never did that, and they didn't go to commercial at all because now you get the announcers talking.
It was on MSNBC or CNBC or something.
Yeah.
They didn't have to. That was the thing, because, a lot of people were like, why didn't they show the hockey game on NBC? If they did, they would have had to go to breaks. So they were like, look, we'd rather just play flat out.
They would have chopped the hell out of it.
I'll tell you what throws me when I go to a live game is the 3 periods is like counter to what we learn about sports. You know, everyone knows we got the halftime. You take the one break,
breaking it up
the
in
two
threes.
Breaks, it makes it strange.
Why is it broken up like that in 3 periods?
I'm gonna have to go back and Wikipedia.
Find out the history of why. Yeah.
Hey, Kevin, are you making a hockey movie?
Yeah, that's next. I'm gonna make this movie Hit Somebody based on this Warren Zevon song that Mitch Albom, the writer of Tuesdays with Maury, he wrote the lyrics.
What's the name of the song? I'm a big Zevon
It's called
fan.
Hit Somebody.
Hit Somebody. Okay.
And it's a story of a goon. It's a story of an enforcer.
Oh, right on, man.
Kevin's movie Hit Somebody does not hit the mark. Let me just say that. Shut up.
I used to get fired up for wrestling matches once in a while by listening to Boom Boom Mancini by Warren Zevon. Are you familiar with that one, Kevin?
Yes.
Great lyrics.
See,
That's too funny, man.
I don't know Warren Zevon as much as I should, because every time I hear a new song by him, as new meaning in my world, I love it.
Somebody once explained Warren Zevon to me as they're like, he's like you in music. And I was like, oh. Like he has a religious, hardcore fans, but largely some people have heard like, oh, Werewolves of London, I know that. Just like some people go like, oh, Clerks, I know that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's, we never had that mainstream crossover.
He's
success.
got that kind of anti-Sweet Home Alabama song called Play It All Night Long with the words, there ain't much to country living, sweat, piss, jizz, and blood, which is pretty poetic, right? And I can only curse on your show. My wife's like, what are you doing cursing on the radio?
Well, Mick didn't explain. He was supposed to bring in this porno he made with his wife, and we were going to play just audio clips from it. And Mick was really excited. He was in a couple days ago.
Great in it. She was really great.
And we got the word that your wife said, no way.
She's a little shy. It's, you know what, Kevin, I was proud of myself because every guy has done the point of view porno. But this was like a little story, and my wife got up.
you wrote a little story for your wife?
You know, it was the first time, I don't know if you've heard of my legendary thriftiness. It was the first time I'd ever sprung for the expensive champagne, the French Dom Perignon.
Oh, the Dom.
And apparently it really does make a difference. It resulted in a really nice buzz for my wife, and so she was playing along. So when she got up and stormed out, because she felt like she'd done enough, and then I was the guy saying, no, we're not done here. And she's like, I'm done with you. I was like, but you said you were going to do this. And she says, oh, please. She's topless in the scene, and she's so good. She was so good in it, and she's almost 50, and my wife is still, I'm still more attracted to her than I am anybody.
Who was filming this?
I was filming it. I had the shot, Kevin. You would have been proud of it because you couldn't see me.
That's insane.
The shot in the mirror. And then now here's, I'm not even going to go to where we went after that, but it wasn't, It wasn't like what you would see on a tripod or when guys do it like the Pamela Anderson thing. Like it was kind of artistic for a husband-wife porno. And she was great in it. And I was proud of her. And I was going to do some audio clips so you guys could be
Would
proud
have liked to have heard it. That's for sure. Would have liked to have seen it.
Talk her into it, you
I don't think
Nick?
anybody.
I don't, we'll try to get her on the phone during the break.
Want to see that?
She. But see, all she has to go on of your show is when I was calling home after the Traveling Virus tour, and Anthony's somewhat youthful-looking girlfriend got on the phone after several cocktails and started talking to my wife, and then when I gave the phone back, my wife had hung up on her.
That's not good.
So
your Melinda.
Melinda has forever cast a stain on the on the show as far as my wife is concerned.
We would have a few of those virus shows there, Mick.
Let's get Kevin off the phone. He's a busy man. Kevin, we really appreciate this. I'm sorry that it started off a little weird. I didn't mean anything by that.
Oh, no worries, dude. I was like, God, that's what I need. Like, I hold mad people going, like, I heard you were upset with Opie and Anthony. I'm like, I just wanted a number.
And then sorry to bring up that painful Southwest experience.
No, it's no longer painful. Again, folks, this ain't about weight. I am a fat guy. We all know that. But this was about a customer getting fucked over. It happens to everybody. I just got loud about it.
And I want to say this because people still not believing us. They're saying, oh, you're only promoting Cop Out because he's your friend. Look, simple as this.
It's a good movie.
It's a good movie, and Monday we'll do this. We're going to discuss the movie, and we'll do open phones. And I'm going to guarantee that you're going to get a big time positive review from our fans.
I think so, man. It's just I've seen it work too many times. I mean, look, I'm too old. As I said before, I'm almost 40. A bad review doesn't bother me anymore because I'm like, I know what I did, and I know what they're saying is either true to them but not true to me. But where I found the review that I'm like, this person totally got it. At least I was heard now by these people, that group of people, the critics. Now let's just take the movie where it belongs, to the fucking people. Yep.
Kevin, can I tell you one thing? And I swear I'm not saying this just to put my name and Richard Price's in the same sentence, but Richard Price is a hell of an author. And he really liked one of my, and he's written as a screenplay guy.
Yeah,
he wrote,
of course, Clockers and whatnot, totally.
Yeah, and The Sea of Love, and he's great, and he's really well respected. He read one of my books, the novel Scooter, and he really liked it. He put a blurb. Actually, the blurb was much better written than anything I've actually put on paper. But I felt like, you know what? If this guy gets it, it's there to be gotten, and if not everybody gets it, it's not my fault. And that really took the pressure off me because I used to live and die on these reviews, and it didn't matter if 8 out of 10 of them were positive. That one would come in and it would crush me. And so I don't know if you feel the same way, like enough people who know what they're doing like your stuff so that once in a while someone who doesn't know what they're doing won't bother you.
I mean, look, Ben, I can't, as I said earlier, I kind of agree, Nick. As I said earlier, I came from a world where criticism mattered, where a good review really mattered. That world doesn't exist anymore and died a long time ago. But the thing that was the most important to me that came out of that world was the only way back in the day that you could read a reaction to your movie. By reading what somebody wrote about it in a newspaper or what some dude said on a TV. And because these people were kind of anointed as like, well, this is the film person, that was it. You had that one opinion to go by. But the advent of the internet means I can hear directly from the audience how they feel about the movie. Never mind some dude breaks it down and says, you know, I'm a hack, or breaks it down as just like, you know, in terms of erudition and with erudite terms that makes everybody feel kind of dopey for reading the review of a movie called Cop Out or something like that. But I mean, you could talk to the person that actually bought a ticket. Some motherfuckers are going to brave the snow tonight to go see that movie. Do you think I give a shit more about what some fucking asshole who got to see the movie for fucking free wrote versus the dude
Holy shit.
I fucking went out in snow and almost died to see Cop Out. And let me tell you, I liked it. And that's the dude I trust.
See, this is why we wanted Kevin on the show. We knew you would take on the critics. We just knew you would.
It's just ridiculous. Like, they're trying to review the movie. Like, I'm like, dude, it's not Chasing Amy. The fucking picture's called Cop Out. It was called A Couple of Dicks. Like, obviously, we're making a comedy.
Obviously, there is one other thing. At the premiere, you mentioned that you might have done pot or something with your mom. Was that
on one of the Smodcasts. Go listen to Smodcast. I think it's 104, 102, somewhere, maybe it's 102, 103, or 104, 105. I do two with my mother, two of the Smodcasts that I do. And in the second one, she eats weed cake with me.
Holy shit. All right.
It is phenomenal.
All right, I'm going to listen to that.
If you're remotely interested in me and my bullshit, it's interesting because it's all secret origin. She's reminding me of stories like where I almost killed my father on purpose and shit. Well, I'm like, I forgot about that. But then when she breaks into the cake, dude, she's like in the midst of telling like the story. It takes about 2 hours for it to digest in your system. She's about an hour and a half into this one piece of cake that she had, this red velvet. And then I had 2 more pieces left, another red velvet and a piece called Pineapple Express. Both weed cake, right? So she's sitting there telling the story about my youth, blah, blah, blah. And I was going to go for a cake and, do one of those kind of quiet interruption things where, you think she's going to stop, and I'm going to be like, which one do you want? I'm going to take this piece of cake. Which one do you want? So she's telling, and I'm pointing to it. I'm trying not to speak. I'm pointing to the cake so she can, indicate which one do you want. And she's telling the story about my brother, and she, like, flawlessly fucking works it into her story. She's just like, and then what your brother did was he said, give me that Pineapple Express. What your brother did was he said, and she was just like, give me the Pineapple Express, dude. That was the highlight of my life with my mother. That was the highlight that was the most fun I've ever had with my mother. It's all on tape. You can hear it. You can all go listen to it at smodcast.com.
Yeah, I'm going to go listen to that one.
It's worth it, dude.
For sure, man.
She becomes kooky at the end. She's like, your head's getting bigger. And I should have known then. I shouldn't have flown Southwest. Jesus.
Kevin just solved one of my problems. I've been having some tough times with my mom. I haven't talked to her in about a year. I think I'm going over there with some pot, and we're going to get into this.
Absolutely. Don't go with booze. Don't go with booze because booze takes people negative.